Jordan Henderson, and you're watching Team Kop-Ish.
See, now you're tuning in. It's the main free back again. Ripping LFC till the end, so go on, tell a friend. If they rockin' red, they're a 10. Champions, we the best, we come again. Kop-Ish clean up in every region. Elevation in every season. Catch up in all the fast match up in real rap. And Drifty go on, tell them this is that. This is that. This is Kop-Ish. This is Kop-Ish. Reppin' Liverpool to the end, champions, we the best, come again. This is that. This is Kop-Ish. This is Kop-Ish. The main free back up in your screen, real ones know this the place to be. This is Kop-Ish.
Good afternoon, everyone. Big up yourselves and welcome to another edition of Kopish Kollab. We have the boys in the building, Tom, Hassam. Cal will be joining us any second now as well. Good afternoon, boys. Everyone doing well? Everyone good?
I'm all good, yeah. All good.
I'm good.
Welcome,
up, guys.
Happy. And before we get into it as well, guys, we are sponsored today by okjersey.com. Please make sure you go over. Link is in the description. All new kits are out, guys. Constantly updating the website all the time. Some really, really cool stuff, man. So make sure you get over there and check it out.
Play the Callum World Cup with
you. Now the World Cup's not even on at all. That's got to be redone, you know what I mean?
I'm excited for the World Cup.
Yeah, I can't wait. I love it. It gets me so excited for the World Cup. I wonder who's going to win this one.
I think you should play it for the culture, Drifty.
I think you've got to.
One more time for the culture. One more time
for the culture.
This video is sponsored by OK Jersey, rated an impressive 4.5 on Trustpilot, people. And with the World Cup coming up, you are going to want to make sure you grab one of these jerseys. £15 is all you have to spend for these impressive jerseys, and you can rep your country and your flag properly. Make sure you hit the promo code Kopish, Kopish, for a further 8% off. Visit okjersey.com now. Go and grab yourself a shirt.
I'm so excited for the World Cup, guys. I can't wait.
I think Spain will win it, guys.
I reckon it'll be Spain-Argentina final.
I'll double down on that. I reckon it's going to be a Spain-Argentina final.
Yeah, I think the same, Drift. I reckon Spain will knock France out at some point. I reckon that'll be the big clash.
Yeah. And England will probably bottle it in the semi-final.
Probably.
But they'll get third place. Their best finish since '66.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I think. You know. Yeah, they probably beat France because they'll rest all their players.
Who do we reckon the dark horses are going to be, guys? Because it's such a...
I think Cape Verde. Cape Verde and Egypt.
I think they're an interesting one.
Hey, Norway. Don't sleep on Norway.
Don't sleep on Norway.
Haaland.
Yep. I think Haaland's going to have...
Who's going to disappoint them? Who's going to be the disappointments of this
Brazil.
tournament?
Brazil going to disappoint
everyone. Probably, yeah.
Germany will disappoint.
Uruguay are going to get through.
Yeah.
Is that what happens when you have Nunes up front, is it?
You know, jokes aside, Flawless asked me pre-tournament, who do you think will win it? And I literally said Spain or Argentina, and it ended up being the final.
Argentina did better than I thought they would. I didn't think Argentina would get that far. I didn't think Messi was going to be able to drag them for the entire tournament. But, yeah, it is what it is. But we're here, people. Again, make sure you smash the like button. Make sure you subscribe to these guys as well. Follow Tom on Twitter or X. I don't even like calling it X. It actually does my head in. Like, it's such a shit name for a platform, man. And do all that good stuff, people. Right, fellas. I don't know if you guys have seen the SummerSlam comments. They're all over. They're all over the socials. I don't know if you lot... Should I bring up if you lot watched it yourselves? Or
I haven't seen anything. If it came out yesterday, I was busy watching Spider-Man yesterday, so I haven't
let me just bring it up. It's only a little. He was basically asked about the fallout, and then he just kind of... Let me bring it up for you. 1 second. I do like the fact that when he was asked, he said that the intensity we need is here. It's what we've been missing from the coach side and the player side. What shade to Slot. It was like he didn't even need to be shady, but he just felt toxic. Right. So,
where have you found this quotes? I'm trying to find them. Where? Anfield sector, is it?
No, Lewis Still's the one who put up the quotes about the Arnie Slot stuff. Right, this is it, guys. Just a little quick 1 minute video. So he basically dodged the question. And I want to see if you lot can find the Easter egg in here that I want to ask you about afterwards.
Yesterday, have you been talking to Curtis? Is it just things where you're more people look up to, people speak to? How does that look?
Yeah, I think now a couple of guys left, and maybe we are not the oldest in the team, but we've been here for a long time. And for example, Flo is the same example, Ryan is the same example, Maka if he comes back, Curtis, Alex, obviously Virgil, Ali, Joey. So we are all in the same boat, and we want the best for the club and for each other. So that means we have a captain, Virgil. We will follow him everywhere what he and the gaffer is saying. And I think I can talk from everybody's side that we want to be successful this season. And it's a long term, because obviously we have a new manager. The team has been changed, and yeah, it's maybe not in a couple of months, but in the long term, I think it will work out.
Well, I'll be honest, Drift, your game of Guess the Easter Egg is ruined by the spoilers of the comments. I was going to have fun.
Yeah, I know. I can't believe the comments.
We just got a bunch of buzzkills in the comments ruining me fun.
Come on, guys. You could have just held out and let Hassam and Tom watch the clip first. Jesus, come on, guys.
It is what it is.
I think maybe it's the way that he like says it, but I'm not sure if McAllister will leave, because there's reports about Curtis Jones leaving as well. And now we actually do need a rebuild if those two things happen.
We don't need a rebuild. You just need to buy a player.
Tom doesn't get it.
You just need to buy.
If there is that much change in your team, by definition, it's a rebuild. If my starting pivot player and my starting right winger and my starting I don't know who are all leaving the club, and I've got bench options leaving the club who have played significant minutes. Alexis McAllister, whether you like it or not, when we were successful in Klopp's last season and in Slot's first season, he's our best midfielder. Last season, he was trash, no problem, but he still played significant minutes. So did Curtis Jones. So if the rumors are true and both of these guys are leaving, now you need two midfielders to replace them, not just one. Oh, I'm sorry. Yaya Toure, Stevie G, Regen, Trey Ione is in the building. Also, Tom Little is going to be shouting on Kop-Ish and on my stream on Monday in November time when we've lost 3 games in a row. He's going to be talking about tactics and all dumb shit when Trey Ione is starting in midfield. What do you know about Laurie Dali Valley? What do you know about David Amu? What do you know about Samad Yessel? What do you know about all these players that were even before your time? Adam Morgan, Danny Pacheco, preseason
I know about all these guys.
Don't know anything about these guys. Can sit up here and make
I know about them guys.
Are going to make it. If Trey Ione becomes the next Curtis Jones, he's had a successful career. That's it. Let's not pretend that he's like some special player. No, he's not.
He is?
No, he's not. He's literally not. Jordan Ibe, Andre Wisdom. I keep going. The chat will tell you names of
Sam, the last time me and you are
Nathan Eccleston, exactly. Number 39, Tommins. I can name many. Tommins ended up being at Blackpool. Where did Eccleston play? God knows. Stop pretending that these youngsters will make it. Me and you both know 99% of these youngsters won't even end up on the team. Just allow it. Like we've seen this movie before with Klopp. We've seen it with Benitez. We've seen it with Rodgers. We've seen it with all these defenders. This NDI guy that you're on about, I wouldn't trust NDI in a Premier League game against Coventry. I wouldn't. I think it's so obvious he has many mistakes in him. So does Ndukwe, because they're young centre backs. That's why Saliba had to go out there on loan for 2 years. Why? Because he was not ready to be the Arsenal centre back. Because had he joined and been the Arsenal centre back, he would have made mistake after mistake after mistake, and he wouldn't have grown up to become William Saliba. So the problem I have right now is, and this is the thing
I think Arteta didn't rate him. I think Saliba's a bit different.
But that's not the point. The point is he went out on loan. And the other thing, Drifting, is, and this is to you as well, because at least Tom is like doesn't think this. And after all this, people come tell me Liverpool should win the league. Liverpool should challenge for the league. How with all this stuff are we saying this? In a combined 11 with Arsenal right now, we'd get 2 players in.
No, we wouldn't.
Oh, really? Okay, do you want to do an objective Arsenal Liverpool one, or are you going to be a TWAT?
We'll be objective.
Be objective.
We'll be objective with it.
Raya or Allison? I want to see if you're going to be objective.
I personally
Be
think Alisson's
objective.
better.
You pick
I
Raya
personally think
over
Alisson's
Alisson.
better.
No, Alisson's better, but he's injury prone.
No, but that's irrelevant.
But he's
Alisson's
fit
a
now.
better
You're picking, if they're both
goalkeeper.
fit, you're picking
So
Alisson.
he's fit now. So I'm picking the better goalkeeper.
Okay, no problem. Alisson over Raya. The back four is all Arsenal. Allow
No,
it.
it's not. I'm having
Oh
I'm
my
having Van
days.
Dijk.
Guys, Saliba and Gabriel both had better seasons than Van Dijk. We need to get over this.
What's that got to do with anything?
Van Dijk
They're
is
better right now.
Van
They're
Dijk is
better
still the
right
best centre
now.
back on the planet.
As things stand, Saliba and Gabriel are better than Van Dijk.
Sam, that's mad.
And their fullbacks are better
I
than
don't know
Van
where we go from
fullbacks.
here, bro.
I'll give you both fullbacks, and I'll give you one
And
of
the
fullbacks.
centre backs.
But Van Dijk's
Okay,
going
for
in.
you, we disagree on centre backs. I give them the centre backs.
Van Dijk's
Midfield,
going in.
I'll be
Is-
honest with you. I don't
Szoboszlai
even
goes
give
in.
them left back. I don't
I-
give them
I
left
give
back.
them
I
left
think
back.
I think Kirkes is going to be better than Calafiori and Nkape this season.
you're saying it's gonna be better, but that's not the argument. I'm saying
No,
as
because I
things
think
stand
because
today.
I watched them at Bournemouth under Iraola.
But I'm saying
and
as things
not-
stand today, who's better? I'm not saying who's gonna be
Oh,
better.
I'll give
Football is
them.
about the last 6 months, man.
And football
No,
isn't
drift,
about what
drift.
Drifty predicts in the future because it might be wrong.
But I've
We'll-
watched
we'll-
Kirkes
we'll give
be
them-
that top
we'll give
quality
them the
left back
defence.
before under the same manager.
Midfield,
We're not arguing
Declan
left back.
Rice.
We've got other ones to argue. We are
Declan
having
Rice.
minimum one midfielder.
okay, I agree with you. Szoboszlai,
Mm-hmm. And I would,
okay.
but-
See how
but
I'm
based
consistent?
on
I didn't say McAllister because I like him.
Yeah.
I put the player who
Mhm.
actually performed. So it's
Mhm.
Declan
and
Rice,
then who
and
are we
it's-
going for on the 10?
It's Rice, Szoboszlai,
probably
Wirtz.
Zubimendi and Szoboszlai.
I'm not putting Zubimendi in there.
Zubimendi had a fantastic
Zubimendi?
season. Guys, Zubimendi had a fantastic season except the last month. Can we stop doing this?
No, he had a decent season.
My
bro.
Yeah,
midfield
he
would
was.
be-
He was literally one of the nominations for
But
signing
if
of
you're
the
doing
year.
a combined 11, you would go Szoboszlai and Rice in the pivot.
I
with
wouldn't
Wirtz in the
because
10.
I don't think Odegaard or Wirtz or Eze were good. So I'm actually putting Szoboszlai in the 10. I'm putting Rice and Zubimendi.
So
But
you
I
put
think I think
Szoboszlai
the
in the
best
role
player is
nobody
Wirtz.
wants him to play for Liverpool.
Drifty, if Wirtz played for any club not called Liverpool and he cost any other club 100 million, you'd be on this channel mocking him for not getting enough GA and not affecting games. Let's be honest about it.
None of you had to play under Arnie Slot, wouldn't?
Yeah, but Wirtz doesn't get into the
It
combined
cannot all
11.
just be purely based on
Guys,
what
I'm
happened
saying
last
as
season.
things stand, though. That's
Yeah,
my
as
logic.
things- Okay, as things stand, Wirtz has been one of the best players of the World Cup, whilst both Eze and Odegaard did fuck all.
But I didn't mention Eze or Odegaard. I said Rice and
you said you
Zubimendi.
didn't want picking any of that. What did
No, I
Zubimendi
said
do?
Rice, Zubimendi,
Okay, so
Szoboszlai. That's what I
what
said.
did Zubimendi do with the World Cup?
I'm not using the World Cup. I said
Nothing.
as things stand, so the whole season.
you know what?
So you know what it is with Zubimendi?
Crazy.
He started the season all right. I'll give him that. He started
And
the
using
season
your
really
logic,
well.
Szoboszlai wasn't even at the World Cup, so get him off the team then.
Yeah, no. How can I do that? How can I punish him for something he wasn't involved in?
Exactly. So just 'cause he
Zubimendi was
wasn't at
there
the
but
World
didn't
Cup
play.
doesn't mean it.
Zubimendi was there but wasn't good enough to play.
Zubimendi
Okay,
ain't getting
front
my
three.
name.
If you want to address the
Front
midfield,
No
Sam,
way.
if you want to address the midfield, you know what I'll do? If/when Arsenal get Bruno G, then he goes in ahead of it. I'll give you Bruno Guimaraes ahead of it.
Which we
And it-
actually know for a fact
and
they
it would
put
be
in the
Rice.
first bit.
It would be Rice, Bruno, Szoboszlai. But right now,
Okay.
whilst he hasn't signed, I'm putting Wirtz in there.
Okay,
100%.
no problem.
And if
We
you
all
want to
know they
move
put
the
in the-
goalpost, I'm
They put in
sorry,
the
I'm not
first bid
putting
for Bruno
Zubimendi in.
Guimaraes. Okay, front three. Who's the front three? Saka, Isak.
Saka, Isak, Barcola.
Yeah, but then you're putting our signings. Then I've got to put their signings too.
So do Bruno G and Barcola then.
So what if they sign Vinny?
Oh my, we're not going down
That's
that.
Don't do
that's
the whole.
nowhere
They're
near.
not,
That's no.
because
hold
Marco
on,
today
hold on,
reported
hold
that
on,
he
hold
might
on.
not be on the bench at Madrid.
Okay, so you're doing Marco reporting. He might. I'm going by. Barcola is our top target. He has said he wants to come. Bruno G is Arsenal's top target. He said he wants to come. I'm getting genuine, categorical, factual reports on that. So I can say with confidence they will come in. I can't say with confidence Vinny would join
Okay,
you.
Tom, I agree with you. If it's Barcola and they don't get Vinny, I agree. For me, the ones that start for me is Barcola, Isak, Szoboszlai. That's my one.
No, because Gakpo would start over either their left wing options. Who
I-
they've got that
I'd
if you
rather
don't-
take a punt on Zolis than have.
No, come on, Hassan. That's just
I
being
would rather
biased.
Rio,
Gakpo
to be
would
honest.
play better.
Out of all the ones currently at
Or
Liverpool,
Rio,
I'd rather
maybe.
Rio. I'd rather Rio.
Yeah.
Even
So
Rio.
as for you,
Understood.
so for you, you're going 3. For me, I'm going 5 because I'm giving Alisson and what's it called, Van Dijk.
and Virgil.
And now, if we go squad, it gets real spooky. If we go
Does it?
squad.
Does
Oh
it?
yes, it does. Oh yes,
okay,
it does.
we'll do
All
squad.
their defensive depth is better than ours. We have the better backup keeper. There's no need to even go player by player. We have the better
No,
backup.
so
Because Melier is
Kepa.
scrap. Melier is scrap. Their back four backups are better. Their midfield backups, if I go with your Bruno G logic, is going to be Zubimendi, Lewis Skelly, Norgard, who are all better than our backup midfielders.
So our backups right now, our backups are McAllister, Curtis Jones, and Trainioni. I'd back McAllister above any of them.
But how can you put Bruno?
100%.
No, you put Bruno Guimaraes in the starting 11, so you've got
Yes.
to take the ones that are linked to a move away. Because what started this whole conversation is me saying if Jones and McAllister leave, it becomes a rebuild. So that's the point.
But we were just having a combined 11 conversation about who's currently at the squad. That's a different conversation.
Okay, if you want to do a current one for me, if I go based off what happened last season and not my feelings and my emotions, I think we get 2 or 3 players in their match.
No, but Hassan, we know what was wrong last season. You can't judge it off last.
I understand. I wanted Slot out as well. I'm saying
so why are we going to put down our players knowing that Slot is the main
I'm not
reason why
putting
they
down our players. The reason why Arsenal are the benchmark is because they've won the league. They're the current league champions. Guess what? Last summer, we were the benchmark. The summer before that, City was the benchmark. When you're the Premier League champion, you're the benchmark. As things stand, the reason why I don't think Liverpool can win the league is because I don't think we're as good as them, and I don't think we're as good as Manchester City. That's it. That's my logic. You want us to win the league, Drifty? I think you're setting up Iraola to fail. Just like the club are setting him up to fail.
No, because I'm not going to want him out if he doesn't.
I explained it to you yesterday. Barcola saga to the side, the right back and the centre back should be here already. And then do the saga thing for the next month, no problem. But let's get the right back and the centre back.
I think we all agree with that.
Okay, and Drifty, what if McAllister and Jones leave? Then what?
Yeah, then I think it'll be a really stupid decision because we've got even more players we need to bring in. There's even more change. Yeah, I don't like the idea of it.
Okay, so you played the Soboslai clip. Soboslai said if Maka leaves, and according to all the articles, Jones is leaving. So what am I supposed to say? We're gonna win
but Hassan, I agree with you, but that is a bit of a different conversation. And with the whole me wanting to win the league, that is my aspirations based on what I want, how I feel Liverpool should be positioned, and the players that we have that I think are massively being underrated because we had a bad season. I can't wait for a couple of months in when people start realizing all these players they said were crap aren't. Mm-hmm. But the one thing I want to put in there as a little marker though is if we don't win the league, I'm not angry at Iraola. I'm not going to be crashing out on him. I'm not going to be saying he's done a crap job. I'm not going to judge him on whether we win the league or not. I just believe we're good enough if we get the transfer window right. That's all. If we get the transfer window right, we can absolutely win this league. Because here's the thing as well. People are going to say I'm being shady. I'm genuinely not. I'm being honest. I would have cut the gimmick a long time ago if I was just being like stupid. Arsenal's team ain't great. And they crawled over the line. No, Hassan. The league wasn't good
crawled over top
in
5.
general.
We finished 5th on the last day of the season, bro.
If Arsenal play exactly the way they played last year to become champions, if anybody's got anything about them this season, Arsenal don't win the league.
Actually, Drifty, even Tom will tell you why he's wrong, because he said that even if the league transitions, they have this year that they can win the same way.
Yeah. So
I heard you say it, Tom, so don't deny it.
I
no, of course it's a possibility.
The league will...
No, it's not even a possibility. Tom will tell you. I'm going to mute.
So we're talking about a team who with a month to go, the fans were saying, Arteta out, I can't deal with this anymore.
No, but that's the fan base. Arsenal didn't
they're the people we have to, they said even if he wins the league, we want him gone. His football's terrible, rare. They might have forgotten about that from the euphoria of the win, but I don't. They were playing poor football.
That's not really relevant.
They are not
that's
this
not really
team,
relevant.
Like when we used to chase Man City down, and we'd be like, how the hell are we going to catch Man City? Look how
regardless if you cared about the style of play,
ain't good like that.
I know I'm not. I
you know what we're doing here.
But you have to understand the point of the league is playing Arsenal way. Every team is now trying to do what Arsenal did last season.
I don't think it'll be that way this year.
It will be because every team's got the teams for that.
No, but the rules are changing, so they're not even going to be able to do it themselves.
Drift. We hear about rules changing every single year, and it lasts the first month, and then it goes back to the norm. It won't last. This will be another season. I agree with you. It won't become the norm forever. I think that this is probably the last year where it's going to be like this. But I think you're going to get another year where the football's pretty similar in the league as a whole to last season because teams try to prepare for that way. Now, my point on Arsenal is. They are, I think, with them, and why I think the league's open, their squad is fucking battered and bruised. I think the league will be open because I don't know the fitness of Saka, the fitness of Rice, the fitness of Saliba, the fitness of Gabriel, the fitness of a lot of these players who they've ran into the ground for like 3-4 years now. Can their bodies keep going? Because we know Saka struggled with Achilles. We know Rice mentally they'll be all right because he won the league. I'm talking about physically first. Rice
winning the league could be the problem, Tom. The motivation. When you haven't won it, you keep going and going and going. And when you get to the top, Ferguson and top managers have said it themselves. The hardest thing is to motivate the winners to go again, because a lot of the time they feel like, oh, we did it, and they relax. Bro, everyone knows that's one of the key issues when you win the league.
But then you also get the idea of once you get that first taste of success, you would just want to keep it going.
My
thing is the mental thing. It's hard to we can't talk about the mentality because we haven't seen it in action. I can talk about the physical side of it because Saka's been playing on injuries for 2.5 years now. Rice has been playing on injuries for over a year now. Saliba's just completely fractured his back. Gabriel, he's played non-stop. We know Timber had to play through injuries for 2 separate seasons. Ben White did. There are players in that Arsenal team who might start to physically break down. My thing about the league this year is the league is very open. There is not one clear.
No, it's not.
It is, Hassam. It is
because you both are doing negative scenarios for other clubs, but the most positive ones for us. Okay, I'll tell you how. You said there is too much minutes on their legs, right? Is there too much minute on McAllister legs?
One could argue that, yeah.
Don't do the one could argue because you just said the same thing for them. So you have to apply same energy. Sure. McAllister, who played the whole thing, went to the World Cup. Is there too much legs on Van Dijk? Are you missing the point of what I made? Are you missing the point of what I made about why their minutes are bad? Because they've been playing on injuries all throughout that time. So you're going to make it about the injuries.
Yes, okay. Because that's
why they have squad depth. In my opinion, Arsenal could easily win the first 5 games of the season without Declan Rice. If they start Bruno Guimaraes and Luis Skelly or Bruno Guimaraes and Zubimendi, they can win those games because that's a good enough pivot.
They are weak.
Now, the problem for us is we don't have, number one, we don't have that, like, how do they say? We don't have that luxury. And Virgil van Dijk, who's our captain, also has that problem in terms of his legs have undergone way too much. We also have players who are at the World Cup. Victor Munoz is currently haven't even trained with the team because he's at the World Cup. He didn't play a single minute, but he was at the World Cup. Bradley Barcola, who we're going to sign, was at the World Cup. Alexander Isak was at the World Cup. So this logic applies across teams. This is not purely an Arsenal thing. The difference between us and them is, as you yourself stated, the league is going to play Arsenal football. And you say the league is open. Wrong. The league is harder. You want to know why?
It's not harder. It's fucking open.
No, I can tell you why it's harder. I'll give you a legitimate reason. Crystal Palace manager is a manager who challenged for the French league with Lens. I watch more Liga than you. You don't know that. Giselle, the new Newcastle manager, won the Asian Champions League with Al Ahly twice. Al Ahly is the equivalent of Spurs. Someone winning a Champions League with Spurs back-to-back is what Giselle did. It's not Al Hilal. It's not Al Nasser. It's not one of the big clubs. It's not Urawa Reds. It's Al Ahly. And the manager of Nottingham Forest is now Oliver Glasner. The manager of Nottingham Forest is Oliver Glasner. We have in this league 9 teams almost, or 8 teams that are going to be tough to beat home and away. There's almost half the Premier League, 20, 21, 23,
so the league is
open. Home and away. 1 second. Teams like Arsenal, who are seasoned, who have the same exact spine, who are improving their squad with Premier League proven players like Bruno Guimaraes, are more likely to not suffer in those games like us. Because we've got a new manager, our spine has changed, Konate has left, Salah has left, Robertson has left, and this all started with Drifty's video. So my reaction includes Jones and McAllister leaving. If Jones and McAllister leaves, that's why, Tom, back to the first point, it's a rebuild. Because now I've got to buy 2 midfielders, or I already know Tom's answer. We're going to buy 1 midfielder and rely on Trey Nyoni, who he will complain about in November. Mark my words. He will complain about in November because he's not ready to play grown man football. He's not ready for grown man football. He's just not.
He's not perfectly comfortable in every game he's ever played for Liverpool, but he's not ready for grown man football. Guess
what? We're going to challenge for the league.
Yeah.
We're gonna challenge. Why?
Yeah.
Because we're Liverpool. Guys, kumbaya doesn't make you challenge. You need to make
Who said
smart
kumbaya?
decisions in the transfer
Who said
window.
kumbaya?
All of you.
Now you're
One
going to
second,
the
Tom.
extreme.
Oh, 1 second. All of you right now. Have we had a good transfer window so far?
But Hassam, anyone who
So
said we
far,
can
have we
win
had
the
a-
league.
I'm building
No,
a point, please.
But there's
Please,
still
No,
time
but
left.
there has to be
I'm
context.
building
We
towards
have-
something, and then I'm gonna mute. I promise you. I'm
Yeah,
building
we
towards
haven't. But
Have we
there's
had a
still
good
time
window?
left, but
No.
we haven't.
Are we
Yeah,
ready
sure.
for the new season? Do you think we're ready for the new season?
No, we're not ready.
Have
We're not
we
ready.
window's not
gotten
shut.
all the positions that we need out here in the team?
No,
Have we
No,
gotten
the
it?
yeah,
window's
you're right.
not shut.
Okay, Tom, that's not the point. I understand
is the
Bradley
point.
Barcola is going to be a saga. The right back and the centre back are not a saga. Jed Spence was available 2 months ago for 20 million. We could have signed him 2 months ago. Zabarni has
So
been
maybe
available.
they don't
Lacroix
want
was
Spence.
available for 50 million pounds. Konate left 3 months ago, bro. This ain't new. This
Bro,
ain't
this
new.
is a serious crash
No, but
out.
Hassam, anyone who
just-
believes that we can win the league, like myself, is basing it on if we do get the positions filled by adequate players. I wouldn't tell you I think we can win the league if the window's shut now,
It's
but I do
August
believe that
tomorrow.
we'll get a couple. Because when you're saying, "Oh, why are you not being optimistic?" and it's like because I'm basing it on the fact that if they do what they're meant to do, which is all we can do. Because you know what I have to keep doing? Hoping my team isn't complacent enough to actually be stupid enough to have the manager literally say, I need a defender, and they're not giving one. If we actually do that, throw the club in the bin.
All right, let me say something, guys.
gonna
Just
say one
quickly.
sentence.
Hassam,
Just
quickly,
one
quickly.
sentence, just to reply to what he said. Just one sentence.
All right, go on.
Let's just one sentence. A well-prepared club, Drifty, that is ready to win the league would have had a right back and a centre back at the club right now, having 2 preseason games with Anthony Raiola and having training with Anthony Raiola for at least when Barcola comes.
No, I
at
agree with
least
that.
that's the
I
last
agree
piece
with
of the
that.
puzzle.
All right, let
I
me say
agree
this,
with that,
guys.
but they don't make it impossible, though.
All right, let me say this. I think, all right, let me try and be fair. I understand both points. I know this is going to be a boring answer, but I think you're both right. I understand Hassam is really concerned because when you look at our squad, it is far from complete and there's not a lot of time left. And in his mind, he could be thinking, yes, it's all well and good, just hoping that we get these players in. But there's also a reality where we might not. We've also got to look at Arne Slot's first season. Yes, he won the league, but he only brought in 2 players. One was deferred by a year, Mamardashvili, and you had one that was Chiesa. But it was enough for us to win the league. Now, Drift and Tom, I understand your points because you're saying, all right, we're not ready, but there's still enough time for us to get players in, and then we'll look a lot stronger. But we can only go off where
and
we
the
are.
players are way better that we actually have.
I understand that, and I understand that. Like people are factoring in, these players, are they still good enough? When really and truly, we do have quality players. They've just had a really bad season, but we still definitively have some top players in our squad. We will get better. The problem is, and this is where I understand where Hassam's coming from, is it's time. We are running out of time. We are seeing deals being done by other clubs.
We all know that.
Hear me out.
Guys, it's August 1st tomorrow. How can you say
The
window shuts in fucking September, so you've got
We
to
have 30 days to sign 5 players.
5.
Guys, I don't want to do the starting thing
If
today.
Jones and McAllister leaves, buddy, that's the point.
If
That's the video he played. Hamas. He played the video to get our reactions. So that's the point.
They don't want to hear. Guys, let's not shout because remember, there's people that's like listening on at work and they're flipping. Their headphones are just going mad. Right, hear what I'm gonna say, Hassam. I get it. We've only brought in 1 winger. Salah's left. You could arguably say Munoz is the replacement for Diaz, who left like last summer. So I understand the whole like we are unprepared because we're not prepared. The centre-back situation, in fact, our defence situation is terrible. It is terrible. Jacquet.
It's not terrible, bro. It's just concerning.
No.
It's not terrible. It's concerning.
Hear me out. Van Dijk, still quality, but he's obviously older, more mileage, plays in the World Cup. Hopefully,
I'm not going to worry about that until I visibly see.
Yeah. But hear me out. Jacquet hasn't played 1 game. He hasn't played 1 game. And I know he's got potential. And I know he's good. But we just have to go with
but that's just being negative.
How is it being negative?
Because Yeah, we got a little bit of a like, man, I really hope
you're doing exactly what Hassan moaned at me over by doing the
but it's putting the negative before the possibility. So I don't think it's terrible that he's there. It's just it's an unknown.
We've lost
an unknown. That's all.
We've lost a top European defender and brought in a 20-year-old centre back, and apparently I'm being negative by saying we have to give him time.
No, I'm saying. You saying our defensive situation is terrible. I think
it is terrible. Should I continue?
Concerning. It's
Can you let me
terrible.
know?
It's just concerning.
If it was
terrible, it would mean that we've got like Kabak and fucking.
Drift, let me land my point. Then you'll understand.
Some other bum in the defense, and they'll be like,
Drift,
"What the fuck are we gonna do when they play?"
Let me land my point. Virgil, obviously, again, enough more mileage. World Cup, right? Cool. Jacquet. Unknown quantity from the French league, 20 years old. Yes, he's got potential. People think he's cold, whatever. But again, still going to need time. Leone is coming off the back of an ACL injury. Hasn't played no minutes other than last year. Again, next, let me move on to the other centre back that people like to talk about. Oh yeah, I forgot he's injured already, Joe Gomez. Then we want to get to the right back. Oh yeah, Conor Bradley. He should be making a comeback, but again, you have to understand it's going to take time for him. And Liverpool have already said, big up Lynch, big up Lewis Steele. They've already said it's going to take time to bed him in again because they don't want to rush anything. Then you move on to Frimpong, who no one in the fan base is happy with. You move on to the left back situation. Kirkes, absolute bless, cool. Tsimikas, people are a bit worried about him. I know it's only pre-season, but they're saying, listen, he didn't do that well on loan. Is he still good enough for us? Maybe time has moved on. All I'm saying is when you go through that and what I've just said, you can understand why our defense does not look good right now, bro. Because if you're going to tell me it's
not terrible.
Drift, we're relying on, hear me out. We're relying on Virgil to keep up the same standards. And then he's got to nurture a new centre-back in Drift into a new league, 20 years old, who's just come back off an injury.
We do need to buy some defenders.
And then we've got a right. And then we've got a right back.
Terrible would mean we've got crap players. We don't have crap players.
Well, no. Our situation for where we need to be is terrible. We're supposed, like you said, Drift. You said you want to challenge for the league.
It's just concerning.
No,
because
Drift,
all it takes is 3 or 4 games of Jacquet playing well, and everyone will shut up about whether the worrying about it. I think people are going a bit too early on the negativity.
No one's saying Jacquet can't be. No, you're missing my point. Even if Jacquet is the coldest 20-year-old centre back in the world, that's still not enough.
I know. That's why we need to buy defenders. But our defense is terrible. Our defense is not terrible.
The other options we have, one is injured. No, they're both in. The 2 other options we have are both injured.
They're not injured. They're just trying to get back to fitness. If they
Gomez
were injured, they would
injured.
actually be. No, forget about Gomez. I'm talking about Jacquet and Leone. They're coming off the back of injuries, but they're not injured.
Drift, you're missing my point again. I'm factored in Jacquet. Jacquet starting. Jacquet and Virgil are starting, yeah? Leone is still injured, bro. He hasn't recovered.
No, he's recovering and getting up to fitness. He's not actually injured.
All right, let me just rephrase it. Can Leone start first game of the season, yes or no? Is he available?
No.
Okay,
but that doesn't mean he's injured.
Okay, Drift, but he's not available.
Yes,
he's not available. Yeah? Gomez is not available. Conor Bradley is not available. Bro, are you telling me that's not a serious situation?
I said it's concerning. But our defense isn't terrible. If you say our defense is terrible, you are judging the quality.
Concerning and terrible is the same thing. Let's not.
No, it isn't. No, it isn't. If you say your defense
options are terrible, bro.
About the quality,
not the quality. Options are options.
Currently, who's the backup?
Don't say our options are terrible. Don't say our defense is terrible.
Drift, I have a very simple question for you. First game away at St. James's Park. First game away at St. James's Park. Jacquet gets tackled, and I'm not even gonna say anything bad. He just feels a muscle.
But nobody's saying that we don't need that.
One second, he needs to be substituted. Who comes on? Who comes on at centre back?
We're hoping by then we'll have bought somebody. Did you hear me or Tom sit and go, we don't need anyone. Our defense is completely amazing.
You're doing the hope,
no one said that.
Drift, what you're doing, I understand. You're saying
on top of all
you
this,
hope
he said
the club does something.
That's the part.
But that's hope, innit? There's no guarantee. Is there ever... All we're saying, Drift, no one's arguing that we're not going to go and get options, Drift. I'm just saying, as it's currently constructed,
Yeah, there's a concern. There's a concern that it's
No,
not
bro.
enough. 100%.
But concern Drift. It's pre-season, yeah. Leo Gomez got injured within 9 minutes. Xhaka was still trying to nurture him back to obviously to optimal condition. We have to be careful.
Iraola's just being smart about it, and I respect that.
No. Okay.
He literally said himself, bro. He said, Xhaka's fine. We're just going to ease him in. We're not going to rush it. There's no need to rush.
Yeah, they're not right. So you've got to imagine it. So, and again, Drift, he's fully fit in the league.
And that's why we won't win the league.
I didn't say we'd win the league currently. I said we'd win the league if we add the
Even
players
with
we
the
know we
signings,
need.
because we're not prepared for it, Drifty. Because the centre back that we're gonna buy now is not gonna have enough time.
Enough time to do what?
I wanted the centre back.
Centre back.
We all mentioned the centre back that we like or we would be okay with is Zabarny. Zabarny is not at the World Cup because Ukraine didn't qualify. PSG want to sell him. We could have bought Zabarny 2 months ago. Jed Spence was available for sale before the World Cup for 20 million 2 months ago. So we could have gotten him. The reason why Matt is right and it's terrible, and this is the problem with you and Tom's argument this whole stream, is you look at all the other clubs with all the negative scenarios possible, and you look at us like Jackay's gonna come in. Jackay's gonna come in. No, I'm looking at the lens of winning the league. If Drifty said we're gonna get top 5 and we're gonna play beautiful football, I wouldn't have even argued once. Because I believe that this team and this squad is capable of getting top 5, top 4 with ease. I don't think top 4 is a problem. But when you say challenge for the league or win the league, automatically the league winners and the league challengers become your benchmark, become the measuring stick. When you guys spoke about Arsenal or spoke about City, oh yeah, they have too many minutes under their legs, and this guy has an injury, and that guy has an injury. Well, guess what? Jake has an injury, Leone has an injury, Gomez has an injury. We have players coming back from injuries as well, so it's the same shit. We also have players who played at the World Cup and have too many minutes in their legs, like McAllister, like Van Dijk. So, if anything, actually Arsenal are more prepared because they have the defensive depth, meaning, let's assume the Saliba injury is, he's going to be back in 2 months. Guess what? They've got Mosquera, Hincapie, Ben White, Calafiori, Timber. That's 5 options who can play in one position, who all 5 of them would start at Liverpool. Even though they're bench options over there. 5 of these would start at Liverpool literally tomorrow, whether it be at fullback or whether it be at centre back.
No,
this is a team that's prepared. Declan Rice right now is injured, and I think he's playing through an injury. What do Arsenal do? Look at Bruno Guimaraes. In the next 5 games, objectively speaking, if they play Bruno Guimaraes and Zubimendi or Bruno Guimaraes and Skelly, they can win the games. No problem. Their forward line is shit. What are they doing? They're addressing the forward line. They've already gotten Zolis, who's a young Trossard. So Trossard is now out the way. They're looking at replacing Martinelli with Vinny. If that doesn't work, according to the sources, their other option is Yildiz. So that's their left-hand side improved. Why do we look at all the other clubs in the utmost negative scenario and make out like we're better than them and they're going to win the league? Because the way they play football is shit. Or any of these like agenda-based conversations. If you talk football seriously, they have a better starting 11 and a better squad and are more prepared because they have the same manager and the same spine. We have a different spine and a different manager. And instead of giving the new manager the players that we need so they can have a preseason and they can train under him, tomorrow it's August. Tomorrow, it's currently 31st July. Tomorrow is 1st August.
Yep.
If the scenario you said happens and those 2 players leave, I now need to buy 5 players in 30 days.
Right. So
exactly why we won't win the league.
Your big point then was you need the centre back in now because how can he ever play under Andoni Iraola? And then you mentioned Zabarny, who has played under Andoni Iraola already, so he wouldn't need all this fucking time to come in and figure out how to play centre back under Andoni Iraola. When the reason he's at PSG is because he played centre back under Andoni Iraola. The biggest difference maker and the reason why me and Drift are saying there's a chance we can win the league is not because of the fucking players. I'll be honest, it's not. I'm talking that the manager, we have went from the worst manager in the Premier League last season to, in my opinion, the 3rd best from last season. And you're putting the 3rd best manager from last season in a team that the majority of these players have either won league titles or won top honours or been the best players in their position in their league before. Yes, we need to buy a couple of players. We need an attacker. We need a fullback. We need a centre-back. No one is disagreeing. But guess what? We were having all these same discussions and debates and arguments 2 years ago. And what did we do that year? Won the fucking league. So to say there's no way of that happening is outlandish.
Thank you,
it's outlandish.
Tom.
There is a way it can happen. There are things that need to fall into place, but it can happen. The biggest difference for Liverpool this year is the style of play is 10 times better. It's 10 times better. It suits the players more. And when it suits the players more, you're going to be great. You know what it is, Sam? You were the biggest architect last year and the biggest, pusher forward of the idea that if Liverpool could have just beaten the teams in the relegation zone, they could have challenged Arsenal. Now we have a manager in place who can do that with a style of play that can do that. So why now is it completely out there that it cannot happen? That there's no way that can happen for Liverpool to beat these teams and then go back into a situation where they can be challenging Arsenal at the top of the table.
On the screen. I don't even need to say anything.
He was shit last year.
No, you said 2 seasons ago. It's very easy to bring up the key.
Wait. Okay,
so who's going to be the guy that gets 47 GA? Tell me.
The whole point of replacing him is with Isak and Wirtz. So if they combine for 47 GA, we've done what we needed to do, haven't we? So, again, let me ask you this. What has changed in your mind from last season where you went, if we could just beat the teams at the bottom of the table, we'd win the league, to now that we've got a manager who can beat the teams at the bottom of the table, we've got no chance of winning the league?
Okay. What has changed is, number 1, Konate is left. Number 2, Salah is left. Number 3, Robertson is left.
They were
number
all
4,
crap last year.
I'm losing my spine. Can I answer? I'm losing my spine. Number 5, I'm changing the way that I play football. Number 6, these same issues that you brought up for other teams are also issues for us because Van Dijk's a year older. I don't know what drift he's watching when he's watching Van Dijk and he thinks it's the same Van Dijk. It's clearly not. Even at Liverpool last year, it's not the same Van Dijk. We've got 2 centre backs. As Matt clearly broke it down. Forget me. Matt broke it down perfectly. Leone is not even fit. Jacquet is coming back from an injury. And Joe Gomez, episode 1, 7 minutes in, is out already. So you know who was cooking this whole time? Callum, 2 months ago when he said sign 2 centre-backs. Maybe he was cooking because some of these centre-backs are not ready. Even I agreed with you that day, but guess what? Hey, I was wrong. We needed 2 centre-backs, maybe even, not even 1. We haven't even got 1 through the door. Connor Bradley is currently injured and plus made from Weetabix. Our starting striker is also capable of getting an injury every now and then. So that's even another problem. The winger that we bought is Victor Munoz. Do I expect him to come in and make this a huge impact, this huge difference? No. The reason why Arsenal are the benchmark is not because I'm glazing Arsenal, it's because they're league champions. So if
you do glaze Arsenal,
no, but when you say we're going to win the league, who am I supposed to compare us to? Who?
I said if we get the transfer window right, we can win the league.
Okay, but did you not say win the league?
I said we can win the league.
But did you not say win the league? If you say win the league, I'm supposed to compare us to the champion. It's normal.
But you're forgetting about the actual context to the situation. If we buy a centre-back, if we buy a right-back, if we get the forward line sorted out, they are the holes plugged in the squad.
If where are they? Where are they?
Bro, yeah, we're annoyed it hasn't happened yet, but you acting like the window shuts in 3 hours.
Tell me, where's the Barney?
To be fair, you did do a video crashing out saying what's going on.
Yeah, because I'm saying if that's who you want, get it done. But it doesn't mean that we're not going to get anybody. No, Sam's acting like we are literally not going to sign anyone, and we just got to run with what we've got now. And if the thing that
if the video you played, the thing happens, then what? Because if you go on Twitter right now and search Curtis Jones, you'll see that he wants to leave the club. And he wants to go to Inter Milan. Curtis Jones leaves, who played significant minutes last season. What if Szoboszlai is right and McAllister leaves the club? Then what? Are we still going to win the league?
No, because that's a whole different scenario.
Oh, that's a different
because
thing.
when I said this,
that's what's happening in front of your eyes.
News wasn't out at
Drifty,
that time,
be proactive. Don't be reactive. Look at the stuff before it happens.
How can you tell there's going to be an argument on the pitch over the captain's armband before it happens? What?
Curtis Jones was linked to Inter Milan in May. Curtis Jones was linked to Inter Milan in May. Me and you both know.
I'm annoyed, but I still believe that the players are way better than people remember. The manager's going to get the best out of them. So if we give him the players we need in the positions in the team we need, we absolutely can mount a challenge for the league.
Actually, you're negative, not me. You wanna know why? You're setting up Iraola to fail.
What? But nobody's
I'm
judging him on winning
for
the league.
Iraola to give us good football, finish in the top 4, and win a domestic cup. For me, successful season.
You know what, Hassan? I've got to give you credit. You know when you say you like gaslighting? Fuck me, you are so good at it. How are we the negative ones?
By having gaslit you. People who hate me in the chat are saying I'm spitting facts. So
And there's people in the chat saying I'm spitting facts. Guess what? There's people on both sides of the argument. For me, I look at the team. If you, by the way, they will not sell both McAllister and Jones. If Jones goes, McAllister stays. If Jones stays, McAllister goes.
I don't know about that. I'd like to think so.
Both.
No. I'd like to think so.
Right, Matt, who's going to buy McAllister?
Tom.
Who's going to buy McAllister?
Tom. I'm just saying I'd like to think so, but I wouldn't categorically rule it out. That's all I'm saying.
I would never
sit here and go, Liverpool would never sell those two players for different reasons. Obviously, Jones wants to leave. And again, he was angling for a move. Obviously to go to Inter after what happened with Arne Slot.
Yeah.
Then obviously Iraola speaks about him highly. Then he has a bust up over the captaincy with Tsimikas. Man's head from Mars right now. So I don't even know what Jones is doing. Then with McAllister again, he's the only midfielder that signed in the 2023 season that has had no talks.
Yep.
No talks about extension.
Yep.
So that does worry me a little bit that Liverpool might go, we don't really want to lose him on a free, so we might have to sell him. I'm just saying. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying you can't rule that out, innit?
But who's going to buy him? The one club that were linked with him this year have moved on to a different guy. And they will go
to buy him. Wait, you can only go to Madrid? What, you can only go to Madrid?
They are the only one that's been linked to him in the past 4 months.
Bro, we've seen how transfer windows can happen. Bro, all right. Prime example. Did you know he was going to buy Munoz?
No.
Did you know that?
No.
Exactly. So when we can't sit here and say because he hasn't been linked with no one, that doesn't mean that no one might not.
So, Matt, you believe in a world where we already need a midfielder, the club are going to let go of 2 more?
Broski, I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm saying I would not rule out this club doing foolishness.
But the likelihood is it won't, though. You agree the likelihood is that it won't,
I would like to think so. Yeah, it wouldn't.
Because I thought you was arguing like it's
no. But what I'm saying is, bro, when we got Slot for the first season, I remember sitting there thinking, there's no way on earth they're just going to give us Chiesa and think that's enough. They would never do that. That's insanity. What did they do? Give us Chiesa, and then the cherry on top was, yeah, we'll give you Mamardashvili, but it's deferred by a year. And don't get me wrong, it don't matter because we won the league, right? So no one cares about that. Point being is, our club do madness sometimes, and that's why I can't always. You know how we would like to think, we all think logically at times. When we're not all emotional and whatnot, you think logical. The problem is, though, sometimes Liverpool can be illogical. Because for me, being illogical is letting one of the greatest ever players to play in the Prem, Mohamed Salah, leave. And now you try and go after a player who then you get played by. Now you're having to pivot back to another player. And not only that, one of the centre-backs that, again, polarizing figure, and for some people like him, some people don't like him. Whether you like him or not, he's an international football player, centre-back, and we haven't replaced him either. Do you know what I mean? Like, and then some of the things I think about, I know our fans can't be. Our fans can't be just crashing up for no reason. We're crashing up because me, Hassam, even you, Slyly, the other day. I know Tom has probably at some point, even Cal, we're sitting there thinking, all right, I know we want to be logical here, and I know the club will make the changes that we expect, but there's also a situation where they just don't.
But remember, what sent me almost over the edge isn't even what we're discussing now, which is a squad in its totality. It was if you want this player and this is your target,
get him in it.
You stop fraffing about and just get it done. Do you get what I'm saying? That was what my crash out was about. It wasn't about the totality of everything. Do you get what I'm saying?
You know why it's a valid crash out, Drift? Because one thing that baffles me in Liverpool is they wanted Yan Diomande, right? I understand it. You put in the 80 million euro plus 20 million euro add-ons for the thing, yeah? And you find out he wants to go somewhere else, so we leave it. Bruv, in that time, we could have been working on the Barcola deal, but we waited for the World Cup to finish. Then for the last week and a bit, all we're hearing is we're going to enter negotiations, we're going to enter negotiations, we're going to enter negotiations. And don't get me wrong, when it's a lot of money, I understand deals of this magnitude do not happen overnight. But that groundwork should have been put in maybe even alongside trying to get Diomande. Do you get what I'm saying? And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that actually happened. A bit like with the Isak and Ekatike scenario. I'd like to think that my club can be proactive. But you see this window right now, as things stand, it feels like we're being reactive, not proactive. That's all I'm saying.
I remember it was based on the report that was saying that Liverpool don't mind waiting until September the 1st to get Barcola because they think they can get a discount. That was what my crash out was. It's like, you cheap ass fuckers. Why are we going to waste the whole month? When you know PSG can't be bullied, you're going to pay them then what they want now. I think we can all agree on that, right? It was from L'Equipe. So it wasn't even like a mug. It's not highly thing, but it wasn't like just a random. It was like an actual news article.
By the way, L'Equipe reported that Kop-Ish is headed to PSG as well. So that's done already.
Do you get what I mean? So I was like, I'm reading this and I'm like, why would we wait until then when we know PSG are going to want? You're going to have to pay them what they want now. You're just going to waste the whole month. Do you get what I mean? Fraffing about over what? You know what I mean? If you play for Newcastle or somebody, you'd be like, maybe you can bring the price down. You ain't bullying PSG. PSG are getting what they want. I think we can all agree on that, right?
No,
so just pay what they want now and don't waste
time. They're not going to get what they want. They're not going to get what they want. They want 170 million euros. They're not going to get that.
No, bro. I don't think that was real. That quote.
So how can you say one report isn't real, but another one is?
Because that wasn't from a reputable source. That was just one of the online journals saying that.
They've just bought back Kop-Ish. The whole summer Barcola has been linked away. He said he wants to leave. PSG don't have the leverage that they think they've got. So yeah, we're gonna have to still spend the big amount of money.
They're definitely going to get like 110, 120 for him. Definitely.
Fabrice Hawkins
not going to get the 170 million
euros
that they want then. So there's got to be
And it don't take a month to come to a conclusion either. So even if they did want 170, we say 110. Getting the negotiations going and get it done within a week or two. Don't wait the entire month to the final day. And then what if it actually goes wrong? Then what? Because you know when you wait to the end, what if something goes wrong?
But who said we're going to? This is what I'm saying.
Who said we're waiting as well?
That report was what I was addressing. It wasn't anything else. It was just that report that was saying Liverpool are willing
my thing is this:
to get the price that they believe.
But why crash out now over one report which says we might wait? We might wait.
No, not might wait. Willing to wait. That's totally different. That actually means that there's intent behind it. You are willing to wait, not might. Might is like, they're thinking about it. Willing is, if we've got to wait to get him down, we'll wait. That's actually concerning. That's very concerning. I don't know about you, but that's a waste of a month.
Why crash out now when the situation?
I didn't even fully crash out. I was on the edge. It wasn't a full crash out. I was just on the edge.
No, he didn't crash out. He didn't crash out. For me,
it's just annoying. It was like, what is going on here? Do you know what I mean?
Barcola is not the concern. When you speak to a club like PSG and you're moving that much money, you're going to negotiate. You're going to take time. That's not my concern. My concern is all the other positions, and I've made that clear from the start. I knew from when the Barcola thing happened, it was going to be a saga, and it was going to take time. I've already recorded 500 shorts on Barcola and reels and pre-records and lives and everything. The guys on Kopish are probably the same. They've put Barcola on 1 million thumbnails. We know this already. But when it comes to the other positions, that's where the frustration lies. Had we had a center back already had 2 preseason games with Iraola, maybe we would be uplifted a little bit. Had we had the right back play in the position instead of Calvin Ramsey, I'm not going to pretend Calvin Ramsey is going to be a lifesaver. I promise you all right now, you can call me negative all you want. In 3 months, 99% of these youngsters won't even have one appearance at Liverpool Football Club if they're lucky in the Premier League. Let's allow this bullshit. Everyone's pretending these youngsters are going to come through and make a difference. Let me not name all the youngsters from 20 years ago that none of you even remember. So when it comes to this point now, Barcola is not frustrating. You're dealing with PSG. I agree with parts of what Drifty said in the video. You're not going to dog walk PSG or bully them. At the end of the day, yes, you have to negotiate and stuff like this. Cool. For me, it's the other positions that irritate me. The thing about Curtis Jones, when I said be proactive, Drifty, is because we knew that Curtis Jones wants to move to Inter Milan from 3 months ago. This is not new. It's August tomorrow. In May, we knew that.
We believed it was because of what was going on with the club with Slot, not because he just hates being at Liverpool now.
Okay, fair enough. Guess what? He wants to leave to Inter. That's something we should be prepared for. We've known that McAllister wants to leave. That's another player that has been linked to moves away for a while now. For 3 months,
to be fair,
about Real,
his dad came out and said the opposite, and that his son isn't wanting to move away. So I don't know about if McAllister's actually actively looking to get away. I'm not saying he isn't, but I'm not saying he
the
is.
point is, myself and Callum, I don't know Matt's opinion, but myself and Callum, as an example, don't expect a league win because we know the conditions are not made for it right now. The problem is, I think you're already crippling Iraola, Drifty. You're already asking him to do something that
I don't think Drift expects a league win, though.
I'm not going to be angry at him if we don't.
Sorry to interrupt, because obviously I joined late. What was the bone of contention between you guys? What was the whole?
The bone of contention is the following. Drifty played a video where Szoboszlai said McAllister if he comes back.
Yeah.
And then the Curtis Jones to Inter Milan links.
Yeah.
And I said, this is why I don't expect Liverpool to win the league. We're unprepared. We have a horrible defensive situation. And then Drifty and Tom started presenting all the positive scenarios for us and all the negative scenarios for the other clubs. And now we're here, basically.
All right, so
because you were presenting all the negative scenarios for us.
Tom,
how's it negative for me to say top 5 and a domestic trophy? That ain't negative. Don't make me out to be something that I'm not. I'm not negative at all. You're the ones telling me. You're the one telling me Rice is carrying an injury. Jacquet is carrying an injury. Leone came back from injury. Gomez is injured.
Can I just clear one thing up? Tom and Drift, if we get the players that we say we want, the positions addressed in the squad, are you then saying you expect to win the league, or you think?
I believe that. I believe the combination of those positions in the squad being filled, and the fact that these players are way better than people remember them being, and the manager is going to get the best out of them based on just being that is a bit of optimism for me and Tom. There's no facts there. We're just optimistic that this manager, who's a great coach, who knows what he's doing on the coaching field, is going to get all of the players back to the level that they can be. So if you put the combination together, Cal, of players like Gravenberch, Szoboszlai, Isak, Wirtz being ballers, and if the manager just gets them back to who they are, coupled with if you get the new players in, not expecting like he should be gone if he doesn't win it, but we believe the score's good enough to do it.
I'm not expecting.
And if he fails, I'm not mad at him. If he fails, I'm not going to be mad at him.
I'm not expecting a league title win, even if he gets his players. I'd never expect a league title win in a manager's first season. My expectation is based on us getting the players in, and my expectation is a good title challenge and a cup victory, whether that's FA, League Cup, or in a really wonderful case, the Champions League. I'm not expecting a league win. I'm saying, because I look around the league and I'm seeing every team has question marks and clouds hanging over them, I'm saying there's a chance that there's another world where it could be like what happened in Stott's first season, where the right pieces fall into place, teams struggle, i.e. City lose Rodri and struggle to replace him, and their team starts to struggle under a new manager, losing such a key piece. Arsenal, we know Rice has been injured a lot. We know Saka's been injured a lot. We know Saliba's out injured. Maybe, these players who've done non-stop. I mean, I have to look it up. If you look, I think it is Saka's played 10,000 years with a couple of injuries in that time. Declan Rice has played 13,000 minutes. It is, but Matt, that's why it is a hope. That's why it could happen.
But that's the point we're trying to make.
Can I just say that from the outside looking in,
I
hear what you guys have just said. You guys aren't both wrong. You both disagree, but you're both not wrong. But what I'd say to Sam's point is, I know people are going to say he's negative and stuff. It's been happening to me for the last how many weeks. If Sam didn't use the example of Arsenal, I don't think he would have gone the direction it's gone. I think people in our fan base hear the word Arsenal and automatically go, they can't chat to us. They've literally just won the league. If I use Man City as an example, hear me out. If I use Man City as an example, then Man City have got a better squad than us. They've got a new manager, but Man City, in my opinion, would still expect to win the league because of the squad that they've got and the players that they've got. As a Liverpool fan, I agree, Drift and Tom. If we get the players in that we want us to get, then absolutely we have got way better of a chance to mount in that title challenge. But as of right now, Drift, you've had a mini crash out. I'm concerned, Matt's concerned, Sam's concerned, Tom's concerned that we're potentially not going to get a centre back because Jacquet got the number 5 shirt and we don't think that we might be getting a new centre back. We're worried we might not get a right back. We don't think we're going to get a centre midfielder, even if Curtis Jones leaves, because at the moment, Trainione is seen as the person who might be taking his minutes potentially. And then with the attacking situation, if we only get Barcola, I still don't think that's enough either. So I don't think Hassam's being negative. I think
I'm
he's
sure the
looking
Premier
at
League
what...
is shitting themselves. Trey Ione is coming to town.
No, chill.
We agree with Hassam, Cal.
No, but I'm saying right now.
No, but Callum,
as of
there's
right
a problem because your argument is not even that. You're saying I'm worried we won't get a right back and a centre back. That's not even my biggest problem. Is how unprepared we are. It's not the fact that we won't get them. Yes, we like I actually say 85%, 90% we're gonna sign a centre back, maybe right back. I don't know, but like we're unprepared, bro. Like the players that we've spoken about in the centre back position are not even at the World Cup or anything. Could have had them in 2 months ago. Come play with Iraola, train under him, practice with him, so they're used to it. You know, they're used to the Liverpool style. You know, they're used to this.
So let me just land my point. Another thing that we're not factoring in here as well, as much as we all rate Iraola, again, not even trying to do the dickhead thing here. It was only a couple months ago where people weren't convinced by Iraola. Like literally a couple months ago where people were like, how the hell are we going to replace Slot with Iraola? Why are we getting Iraola? So again, do we not have to factor in the fact that Iraola's still quite an inexperienced manager? He's completely inexperienced at this level. So he's going to make mistakes and we have to allow him that room to make mistakes as well. So yes, we all agree that we're going to be playing better football. Yes, we all agree that in theory, the player's going to be happy and the morale's going to be up. But let's not move past the fact that Iraola can't be deemed to be an elite manager yet because he's not played in an elite level or managed at an elite level. So we have to give him that room to go, yeah, you know, we played the game today. He was naive. We lost the game. Boom, bum, bum. Whereas Maresca, I hate to say it, has been at Chelsea, played a Club World Cup, played Champions League, if I'm not mistaken. Arteta has done it now. He's been to the promised land with the Premier League. Xabi Alonso's won a league title with Leverkusen, played in the Champions League and been at Real Madrid. So again, I get what we're saying. We all expect an improvement vastly from last season. But then to sit there and not expect an improvement from Spurs and De Zerbi, not to expect a massive improvement from Chelsea and Xabi Alonso playing one game a week.
Even the other clubs, Newcastle have improved. Palace have improved.
No, Newcastle
Forest have improved. Okay, Newcastle, I promise you, you will see this column when the season progresses. The guy was Al Ahly manager. I know what I'm talking about. He was in the Saudi league.
He's not a good manager, but he's an
unbelievable manager. How does that get them up and running? Crystal Palace manager is the guy that challenged for the league title with Lons.
No, all right. Hear me out.
The Forest manager is now Glasner.
Hassam, hear me out. This is where I disagree with you now, Sam. You can't sit there and say we've got Iraola, but we haven't got the players, and say we haven't improved, and then go and say Newcastle improved when they've lost Tonali, Gordon, Trippier, about to lose Bruno Guimaraes, don't have a striker. So that's a contradiction.
No, I don't think Newcastle have improved their team. I think their whole project has failed, but the manager is good.
Newcastle have gone backwards massively. Not in Forest with Glasner. Okay, fair enough. That's a project I wouldn't mind seeing, but they've lost Elliott, who effectively is their best, is their best midfielder. How is that going to happen?
They play one game a week, no Europe.
No, but they still lost their best midfielder. I can't remember the other team you mentioned, but Crystal Palace. You said they brought in the Lons manager. Fairs. Crystal Palace, from my knowledge, haven't lost any top players, so yeah, they could potentially kick on and continue.
No, but remember, Glasner's a top manager, so even if the guy is good, like there's not a given.
No, Palace have lost Lacroix, though.
Callum, the reason why I brought up those teams is because we're gonna play them home and away twice, so it's gonna be a challenge. My point when you came in, when you first came in the stream, that's why I mentioned we have 22, 24 tough games this season, and we're not prepared for the season, so that's my problem.
But remember, nobody's saying we can win the league how it stands now. And no one's saying that Iraola will be judged on whether he wins the league. I just want to make that clear. I will not be angry at him for not winning the league, and I don't believe we can win the league unless we actually get the players in. I've always said that. It's about if we was to get all the positions in the squad that are needed, then and a lot, and I think Tom agrees with me on this. A lot of it is predicated on I just have more belief in the players that are at the club currently. I'm annoyed at what's going on, but I do believe that some of these players, people are acting like they're just some bum players who can't really do nothing. And I don't believe that at all.
I don't.
No one said that. We said top 5. That's not one player.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about in our fan base in general. I think there's a lot of people who think McAllister's shit, Gravenberch is shit, Xhake's not going to be good enough, Kirkes is shit, like Gakpo is shit. And I'm like, no. The way we played last year was terrible. We all wanted Slot gone for a reason. because
No,
we
I
knew
agree
he
with
was
that.
the problem, right?
Fully agree with that. But again, here's where we're not being fair as a fan base, because we'll sit there and go, 2 seasons ago, McAllister was this, McAllister was that, and Gravenberch was this, and Szoboszlai was this and that. That's fair enough. But again, that was 2 years ago. That was
but
2
they're
years
young.
ago. No,
So
no, but
that was just a bad
Griff,
season. People have
let me
bad
land.
seasons.
Regardless,
They're
it's
not
still
old
2 years
men,
ago.
are they?
No, we still say, but that's 2 years ago. But then if I turn around and go, boy, I think so and so from that team's gonna be well, so and so from that team's, the first thing I hear is that player's crap, this player's crap. That so we're quick to put down players from other teams, but then we prop our players up. We're not being consistent.
No, but I
We're
don't
actually
do
not
that.
being
If you told me about that, that's why when you say Joe Linton, I say
we have
no.
this conversation. Arsenal, Man City players, we have this conversation about them all the time. You say
No, but that depends whether you rated them in general, not just based on what they did a season or two ago. That will be whether you actually think their quality is good. You lot will shout at me if I say something like, I think Joe Linton is good, because you lot were just looking at last season when he was poor. But I remember that he was good before that, and I'm not just going to have one bad season be what I judge him on.
Joe Linton's always been basic. He's always been basic. He's just a bully.
But because you don't rate him, maybe that's the difference. You know what? Bruno Guimaraes is actually a perfect example. I actually got hella sideways glances when I said I think he would make the difference in our midfield. Bruno G, why are you... Now he's going Arsenal. All of a sudden, he's the prodigal son, and it's the perfect sign. I'm like, when I said Bruno G, people looked at me a bit sideways, like, bro, you think he was the one that would improve her? Nah, man, he's slow and he's this and he's that. So it's like I'm so confused as to.
They need a player like that.
Wait. That's news to me, because I've always rated Bruno G over Tonali, and I'm the one that got slack for that, saying that.
Who's never rated Bruno G?
This is news to me.
I'm not saying people didn't rate him. I'm saying people looked at me, or I was getting side-eye or side comments like, nah, that's not good enough to improve Liverpool's midfield. Nah, come on, man. What? No. And I'm like, all right, cool. If you don't believe that, fine. And then here we are a couple months later. He's linked with Arsenal, which is annoying me because I like him. And now everyone's saying, getting him, final piece of the puzzle. I'm like, but no one acted like that when I said Liverpool should get Bruno.
Literally, when Bruno G went to Newcastle, a lot of us in the fan base were saying that shouldn't be Bruno.
No, but Cal, that was ages ago. I'm talking about what's happened with him in the last 12 months. He was injured a bit. He didn't have the greatest of seasons. And you watch how people start to like judge on just that. And they're like, I don't really think he's good anymore. I'm like, why? Why would you think that? It's just a bad year. You don't judge a man on one bad
I genuinely don't know who you're speaking about when you say that. Who doesn't think Bruno G? We might not have thought the profile was the right profile.
If he wasn't good enough for Liverpool, if people thought, he's not good enough for Liverpool, how is he now the prodigal son for Arsenal?
I've always said
because it's not what we need, but it's what they need.
Hold on, I could use the same example for Akliouche. I brought up Akliouche and I got told he's rubbish, this, that, and the other, but he's going PSG, the best team in the world.
No, I don't think anyone said
Akliouche is what we need.
Stylistically, he doesn't work at Liverpool. He doesn't have pace.
So and Bruno Guimaraes doesn't work stylistically for us.
Yes, he doesn't fit the profile
in
of
the pivot. If he replaced McAllister,
bro, we need either a DM. We need a DM. We need a destroyer.
Passing range.
We need a destroyer or a passer. It was
and that was the reason why I said
Bruno G.
But Bruno G is neither
for McAllister's role. Just right.
Yeah, remember I said that it was to take over McAllister's role, and everyone told me McAllister out the team better than that. And now he's going Arsenal. All of a sudden, he's the best thing since sliced bread.
But even if you say you take McAllister out of the team, if I'm not mistaken, if we all gave our starting 11 for the beginning of the season, I don't think any of us would have McAllister as a starting in the pivot, would we?
No, we wouldn't.
Wait there. But what's that? All right, so even if, let's just say, all right, by that logic, then McAllister's not starting, but you bring in Bruno Guimaraes, regardless of whether he starts or not, isn't that still a better option than McAllister, though?
No, it's a better player than McAllister, but is he the profile of midfielder we actually desire, man?
Bruno Guimaraes and Szoboszlai, Bruno Guimaraes and Gravenberch is better, because Bruno Guimaraes, for me, you see how McAllister struck, and again, Bruno's not fast, you know. He's probably ever so slightly quicker than McAllister. But in my opinion, Bruno Guimaraes is even more tenacious. He's more
I'm not disputing that, man.
And he's more
and he's the better.
And with his passing from deep, he's more likely to take. You see, like for me, he's more press resistant than McAllister. You see,
he's better than McAllister. Matt, I'm not disputing that he's better than McAllister. That's not even me trying to put McAllister down. I rate Bruno highly. But I'm saying we've all sat here for months now saying we want a combative defensive midfielder. That's not Bruno G. Fantastic footballer, But that's not.
But he
Bruno
kind of is
G.
combative. It's just maybe not as athletic as you want him to be. That's what
But
it
what
is.
we-
He is
but what
combative.
we all- but what we
100%.
all
Bro,
said,
I think
we
he's
want
won the third
athleticism.
most duels in Premier League in the
And
last
Matt,
3 years.
For months, we've all been sitting there saying we want a combative, athletic midfielder who
I
doesn't get
understand.
run past.
No,
But we wanted both,
No,
remember?
but you're changing.
Before the
You're
season
changing the
finished, we
argument.
wanted
The
both.
argument. Me and Drifford are saying.
And Bruno's not that then.
No,
No, but
you're changing
but
the
Bruno
argument.
would replace. Remember, it was Endo out and a proper DM in. If McAllister or Jones go, Bruno would be it was man. I don't know who you lot picked. I can't remember. Down like Bruno would be the one that would then replace those. As Matt's saying, the more creative one in the midfield in that pivot, but still got that something about him where you're not going to just mug him off. He can tackle. He can read the play. Do you get what I mean? If you put him next to, I think I picked Onana. I can't remember who you picked. Because we were picking like a DM that would play next to whoever the player was.
But
I wanted
point.
Gomez as an example. You know, like it
But
depends.
the first player you guys mentioned when we all said midfielder, Matt, you said Schuameni or Camavinga, if I'm not mistaken. Drift, you said Onana or João Gomez.
No, I didn't say Camavinga. I said Schuameni and Sangare.
Sorry, Sangare. I said Manu Kone or Schuameni. None of them are similar profile to Bruno G.
No. But Cal, that's a different argument. All this argument was how good is Bruno G? Does he improve Arsenal? Yes, he does. What's happened is that we've had conversations in the past where I remember having a conversation about who's better, him and Tonali, and I said I think Bruno G is more important than Tonali. I kept on saying it over and over again. I was like, I rate Tonali. I think he's good, but I think Bruno G does more for Newcastle.
But Matt, remember the majority of the comments said Tonali was the better player.
Yeah,
remember?
Tonali was better, and I kept on saying I think Bruno G. But again,
but now Tonali's at Tottenham and Bruno's going Arsenal. Now everyone goes, oh no, Bruno's the better one. But but when they were both at Newcastle, you all said Tonali was the better one.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
But Cal, but the point is that they're about to get him. He improves them. That's just the overall point. Let's forget semantics now about whether he plays for us. Point being is he will 100% improve Arsenal because you know what that means now that they can do it. I hate keep talking about them, but they are the champions.
So he might
you can do Ramirez and Rice. You can now rest Rice. You don't have to rely on Supermendy, who started to struggle in the second half of the season.
I said this an hour ago.
Yeah, no. That's going back to your point. So for people that are saying, oh, now people only rate him when he's going Arsenal. Nah, rated him from before. It's just that
I think everyone's rated Bruno Drift. It's just a profile of midfielder. We need, because again, I say it, like if we lost McAllister and Endo, I don't need a McAllister replacement. If we're losing two midfielders, I'd rather us go and get two combative midfielders because I've already got Szoboszlai, I've already got Jones, I've already got Gravenberch.
You can sacrifice his profile. I get it.
No, I hear that. Yeah, I hear that.
You can.
So that's why no one was saying go and get Bruno because he's not the profile of player we need. There's a bag of fantastic players out there, but he's not the profile we need. Lewis Hall's available.
I arguably think that he is in terms of
Lewis Hall's available. We can all see Lewis Hall's available, right?
Newcastle going to Brentford. Have you seen it?
40 mil. But we all agree Lewis Hall's a bad boy and he's brilliant. But none of us are screaming, go and get Lewis Hall now, because we know there's other areas.
Now Newcastle's in trouble. I am.
No, Drift. We're saying we'd love to sign him, but we're not set. None of us will sit here and go, we need to get Lewis Hall no matter what. We're saying we need a right back, a centre back, a CM, a right winger, and maybe a left winger, because those are the more pressing issues. So even though we'd all love us to sign Lewis Hall, he's not a priority this season. He's not a priority this summer. Therefore, we have to kind of push that by the wayside. In the same way, I'm saying Bruno Ramirez's profile isn't a priority for Liverpool, despite how great he is as a footballer.
Well, again, that would just be based on if McAllister left. Anyway, let's stop doing that because I think the original point Cal made is true. Is that neither of us are wrong. We just kind of not hearing the other person. I mean, I actually agree with a lot of what Hassan's saying. So, you know what I mean? It is what it is. But just to finish off then, before we just do the supers and go into the last topic I got for you lot, is everyone is everyone on the same page that Szoboszlai kind of accidentally slipping up by going, if McAllister comes back, does mean maybe the development since the World Cup finish have changed from what it seemed like it was before, and maybe he could be going now? Because that does feel like a slip up, right? If McAllister comes back.
I've always believed McAllister's going to leave this summer because he's got 2 years left on his deal, and there's been zero talk of contracts. And I'd like to think, I'd like to pray to God that Liverpool aren't thinking, oh, let's let this one go into last year as well. Like, I'd be stunned if we could be that stupid 3 years in a row. I'd be stunned. Could we be? Yes, but I'd be stunned.
Would you give him a new contract?
No, I wouldn't.
So then that's a decision made.
So that's why I think it's going to happen.
But I think that I think it's too hard to say anything about him yet because the manager's not even had the chance to see him in person yet.
No, I hear it, but Tom, I'm just giving my opinion. I'm not saying what Iraola's got. I'm just giving for me personally, I would move on McAllister, but I've been saying this for a while now. I don't think he's rubbish. I just think he's the player I think is the easiest one to sacrifice out of the players we have.
I think that at this point you need to let the manager work with him, and you need to even if it means you're going to miss out on some money next year if the manager decides it's not going to work. You need to at least give the manager the opportunity to work with him and see how he fits into his setup. Curtis Jones could go because Curtis Jones has had that chance now. If what happened against Wrexham is a big thing, and Iraola, wants to make an example out of it, then I could see him going and a midfielder coming in. But McAllister, I think that one goes.
So should we really, if you're saying the manager should get a chance to look at McAllister, I'm not going to disagree with you. That's your opinion. Mm-hmm. But if we're sitting there saying the manager should get a chance to look at all the players after they've come back from the World Cup, then we can't necessarily go and buy players then until the manager said this player. So are we not calling a catch-22 then? Because hold on, Tom, hold on. Hear me out. If I say to you,
what positions am I asking to buy though?
No, but if we all want a centre midfielder, right?
I'm fine. If no one leaves, I'm fine without getting a centre.
Yeah, if no one leaves, I'm okay with it.
No, but I do want one.
Yeah,
I want Richard Rios.
This is what I'm kind of.
So for me, I think that Liverpool need a winger, a right back, and a centre back. That's the three positions of need.
Same.
And I'm mentioning those because the manager has explicitly said we need a winger, we need defensive depth, we need a centre back. So to me, that suggests he wants those as well. In terms of the midfielder, if no one leaves, I don't see the point in buying one. If someone leaves, then you go and buy someone. But right now, I'm happy if everyone stays with my midfield depth. I need a right back. I need a centre back.
Are you happy with the quality of midfield depth, though? Are you happy with the quality of midfield?
Yeah.
So why have we spent the last year complaining about midfield then?
Because the structure was awful. I don't know how many times I can hammer it home. Those midfielders were hung out to dry by the shit system.
You know the structure can be bad and the players can be bad at the same time, right?
Sure, but that midfield won a fucking league the year before that and had two of the three being the team of the year.
You believe in Grav again? You believe in him again?
Is a DM, yes. I'm not saying anything I haven't said for the past month.
I keep on hearing they won a league. They won a league, yes. Are we forgetting who was playing right back that season? Who was our best progressive passer and all this?
So why do you think I want to buy a right back? Why do you
Spence
think
is not Trent. Hold on,
I
was clear what I just said, right?
No, but now Wirtz is meant to be the creative one, Cal, isn't it?
He's in the 10. How are we going to get the ball to the 10?
The centre backs, the structure, the
midfield can pass their way up, bro.
What? Like,
I must just don't. I know.
No, on a real. Hold on. This is what I'm saying. On a real, for the last year, we've been complaining about certain things, and now when I bring them up, it's fine.
No, but it's way easier to get the ball up the field with a proper structure,
about those. I was complaining about those players under that manager and in his setup because it didn't work with the way he wanted to play.
That won the league, Tom. That was the same manager that won the league.
Yes, and then he fucking changed everything.
Yes, and so some of the players also didn't play well that season as well. Not to mention we lost Trent.
The difference is, Cal, I am backing these players. I'm backing these players under this manager playing a system that is closer to the setup that we had in the first year to return back to those levels. That's my.
Cal, remember, you were the biggest advocate.
Yeah? Big up to Kathy. Have I once mentioned on this stream that Trent won us the league?
Not on this stream, no.
No, but you need to understand something. You have to understand something about Kathy. She doesn't listen.
No, don't do that.
She just thinks that you're negative, so she'll just start making up bullshit.
The reason I'm bringing up this,
like I said, Giselle's a better manager. She'll comment. So you're saying Giselle's better than Iraola? No one said that.
One question.
But she just hears things. She just hears things.
Was Trent?
She's a bit older. It's okay.
To us winning the league.
Yeah.
I recommend getting earbuds with a bit more cotton.
Yeah.
Was Salah a vital cog for us winning the league?
Yeah.
There are natural ones.
Was Luis Diaz a vital cog for us winning the league?
Yep.
So why do we keep talking about the league?
We won the league 85% because of one player.
Please. Sorry, Sam, please.
It can't be used as a measuring stick.
The starting 11 we won the league with, there's no Robbo anymore. There's no Konate. There's no Trent. There's no Salah. There's no Diaz. So genuinely,
and one of the pivots.
Why do we keep on bringing? Sorry, Sam. Why do we keep on bringing back that league winning season?
But
we're judging the midfielders, and yeah, there was other players that were great in that team, but that midfield played well because the structure was good. So obviously, there's variables. I mean, Kyle, you were the first person to keep on shutting me down last season during streams once you'd lost it with Slot, by telling me that I can't keep going on at the players when clearly the manager's the problem. So you at that time weren't blaming the players. I was the one trying to put blame on the players, and you were putting all the blame on the manager.
I wasn't putting all the blame. I was putting the majority of the blame on the players.
Like 90% of it, bro. You was like, I'm not slewing these players. This is the manager. Like you didn't want to criticize the players.
So hold on, I never criticized any of the players last season. I never criticized that.
Never, but when the conversation would come up and then I would be like really angry at the player, you would back the player
because you were defending Slot. You were saying the majority was on the players. You at that time, we're not changing.
No, I said it was 50-50.
You didn't at that time when I said it's 80-20. You were saying it was 60% the players and 40% Slot. That's what you were saying.
Yeah, maybe in like August, September, but like when the season really started to have holes in it, I was 50-50.
We wouldn't have had the conversation August, September because I wasn't Slot out in August, September. I was Slot out at the end of October. We had our first panel show because you obviously were away for a little bit, and we had our first show when you came back and said that you still supported Slot. You came back and said it's 60% on the players. The manager's going to get it right. I said it's 80-20 in my opinion, but the players are still doing silly things, but the structure's not helping them.
But forget the percentage anyway. You would defend the players when I would criticize them because you said the manager was the problem.
He was the biggest. There's a big difference.
And that I can't hang a player out to dry when the manager's hung that player out to dry.
The biggest.
So that means you know the players are good. Because it was the manager that was making them look
They might be good. Doesn't mean we can't upgrade on them. It doesn't mean they didn't have a bad end to the season.
But you do realize that that in turn means that you kind of agree with me and Tom in a way that these players are actually good. The manager just got to get them back up to the level. Not necessarily they've got to be replaced. It's just the manager. We just got to have a coach bring them back up to the level. Because Slot was
no one disagrees with that. No one disagrees that the players aren't as bad as blah blah blah. When we bring up when we bring up the Premier League from 2 seasons ago, we had a player that contributed 47 GA. That won't happen anymore. We had a player that dragged defenders, that allowed people to get into space. It was different having a player like that. It's like having a nuclear weapon. It's like City with Haaland.
But that's a different
it's like Madrid with Mbappe. We had a player at that level. We don't have any player at that level right now. So that already eliminates like part of you having a player basically the whole league feared, and they already spoke about it in interviews and stuff. So that's gone. Now you look at the team from last season. Konate, even though he didn't play well last season, is still a Premier League winning centre back who's unbelievable. Who at least had he been here, we would be more confident. Now he's gone. Robertson, I don't care about, I'll be honest with you, but he's part of the leadership group. I don't think he affects the stuff on the pitch. I think Tsimikas and Robertson isn't there. There isn't that much between them, so I'm not going to sit here and argue semantics. So when you look at the rest of the team, the problem is the conditions that the team are under right now. Van Dijk is a year older. Alisson's a year older. Mr. Legs, too much legs, too much football here. You know, forgot to mention that Van Dijk has played every single Premier League game and went to the World Cup. Played every single game, every single minute. I'm now coming back as a 36-year-old who already isn't at his level. I've got JK who's being nurtured after an injury. Leone coming back from an injury. Gomez injured already. Bradley injured already. There's so much shit happening in this team. You keep coming back to these players aren't as bad as we thought. Yeah, I agree with you. They're not as bad as we thought. But not as bad to do what though? Not as bad to get top 5, to get top 4, to play good football. Yeah, I agree with you. Not as bad to challenge to win the league. No, I don't think we're good enough to challenge to win the league.
They've challenged and won the league.
And that's when Arsenal become the benchmark because they're the current league champions. And if you don't want to use the team that won the league, as Callum said, use the team that challenged and finished second then. Use Man City. They're losing key players, but they're replacing them. They're replacing directly.
Yeah, and
Boaddi, Elliot Anderson. They've
above
kept Erling Haaland. They've kept Gvardiol. They've kept Donnarumma. They've kept the players that have played massive minutes. So there's plenty of change happening at our club, and it's very dangerous. It's very dangerous.
So guys, if we have to go on last season because we can't go 2 years back, which is what I'm being told. From my understanding, that judging a player from 2 years ago is dangerous. It was a long time ago, etc., etc. Why is everybody on my case when I sound worried about Isak? Because ain't none of you lot talking about the last 12 months. You lot are going back in history.
I said it in my monologue earlier. I said we have a striker who could get an injury.
No, forget about the injuries. I'm talking about the quality of the player, right?
Right.
If we're going to judge Isak on the quality, what we believe is his quality, we're going 2 years back to do it.
Yeah.
Are we not?
Yeah, we kind of are.
Well, so why can we go 2 years back to judge Isak's quality, but I can't go 2 years back to judge a player that I like or whatever?
But then does that even go to your point then about, you see how you're saying about challenging? You said if we get the players in, this is what you said, right? If we get the players in, obviously we'll challenge. Have you thought about is that on the basis of Isak goes back 2 years to obviously his best, and does that also factor in for you?
No, but I believe you can go back.
I don't know why
people only think the last 6 months is all that matters. I find it weird. You get what I'm saying?
And also Wirtz, because a lot of people, like I've defended Wirtz all season long, personally. I feel like Wirtz gets a lot of hate because obviously the price tag, but I've heard everyone just keep saying, bruv, you know what? If we could get Elise, I'd shot him now, I'd sell him. Yeah, I just worry about him. Don't know if it's going to work. So again, you're asking a player who you kind of feel like might not make it, now is going to also have to be cold. Wait.
For me personally, it's not about talent. It's about adaptation to the Premier League. I know Wirtz is super talented.
But Drift, for us to win the league, you know Wirtz has to be of a certain level, though. He has to,
and I have to just have the faith that Iraola, from what he's talking
you have
about,
to have the faith.
Because I read the quotes out from what Iraola said. He said he's a 10, and I'll be playing him in a 10.
Yes,
so I already feel better than I did last week because I'm like, finally the manager's going to try and do what it takes.
If you're not wrong, you're not wrong.
This is where we talk about the contradiction, though. That's the contradiction.
Can I just say one last thing? With the Isak thing,
but I'm still worried about it. I don't think it's just a foregone conclusion.
With the Isak thing, I put a tweet out literally the other day. I was like, we still got this maniac. I hope he goes mad. Or I'm expecting him to go mad. Remember, I'm expecting. Like, there's no guarantee. For all I know, Isak could get cropped again and do the same thing as last year. But I'd like not to think that. But again, for where you want Liverpool to be, a lot of things need to go in our favor. Like a lot. We have to get the signings, in my opinion. The 3 minimal signings. We have to hope Wirtz adapts to the league. We have to hope Isak goes back to the gunman from 2 years ago. We have to hope McAllister, if he stays, go back to 2 years ago. We have to hope Gravenberch goes back to there's a lot of things that need to happen. That's not even factual.
I also believe that we need to buy cover for Isak, which is part of the premise of me saying we can win the league. I know most people aren't bothered about it, but I've harped on the whole time. We need a backup for Isak in this window, whether it's a loan, a player like Tony, who's like a veteran, whatever it is. I do believe, because a lot of people, remember, that's why I keep saying, guys, this Munoz up front thing, I actually want us to buy a covering forward because I am worried about Isak's fitness.
But basically, we've spent this entire show having blow-ups because me and Drift said we could win the league in the same way that
Hassan just crashed it on us before.
We could get relegated, by the way. I can say that I can use the exact same sentence and say we could get relegated.
Sam crashed it because you both were presenting all the negative scenarios for the other team and all the positive ones for us, while failing to mention our negative scenarios, which Matt came in and saved the stream.
No, Hassan,
broke down the defensive situation, and because both of you are being negative, because you're both expecting too much of Iraola.
I am not expecting it. Oh, how many times do I have to say it? That is not my expectation. If you can find me at any point in the stream going, I expect Andoni Raiola to win the league, then I'll apologise.
Yeah,
but
no
guess
one
what? I haven't
said that.
fucking said that. So your entire argument, the entire stream has been built on you believing something I never said. So what are we doing?
All right, just where does everyone think we're going to finish right now as we are currently constructed? Just currently.
Top five easy.
If no more
With
signs
this
come
current
in
squad,
fifth,
top five easy.
if no more signs come in fifth, if we do the business, I think we're going to do third.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, so if we do get like the 3 players, then you think
If you get Barcola, a centre back, and a right back, it's a good third. You take the title into like April.
I think that's fair. That's why I can't. Yeah, I would say.
agree with that. And
You
give
say,
us a backup
you say
striker,
are you
and
saying
then
the window shuts today, Matt? All the teams, their window shut now, yeah?
Yeah.
We battle for top 5.
Yeah. I think
Now,
everyone's kind of
as
spot on.
things stand,
Yeah, we're back. Yeah, we would battle. I think for top 5.
if
top
the
4,
Premier
whatever.
League started tomorrow and Iraola got 5th, give him a statue.
But
I'm
I
not
think
gonna
if
go
we get the
far.
signings that everyone kind of expects, because you like to think that we're going to do something, then I
So
think
can
that
I just
propels
ask?
us. Yeah.
No, sorry to cut you back. Everyone who thinks we'd finish 6th, because some people think we wouldn't make top 5. Who are the teams that are finishing above us if the window shut tomorrow and we finish 6th? Who would be those? City and
I think
Arsenal, obvious. Who's the others?
the educated guesses would be Arsenal, Man City, Chelsea, Spurs, and Man United.
So but which one of those? We've got to pick 3.
And don't
Because we're
rule out
finishing
Aston
6th, then
Villa
that means
either.
3 of those teams have to finish above us.
Don't rule out Aston Villa either.
I've ruled
I
out.
think they're too broken, Aston
ruled
Villa.
out.
They've
They've
lost
got
a
just as
Nana.
big of a rebuild as
Yeah,
us.
a Nana with the injury, Rodgers with the
And
obviously-
Tillemans.
Yeah,
that's why
I think they've-
that's why I've not got.
Yeah,
that's why I said
they're gonna
I
drop
think
off,
it'll be a
in my
battle for
opinion.
top 5. I think we'd be battling with one of Man United, Spurs, or Chelsea for top 5.
But how can Spurs go from? I know they've got a new manager and new players, but how can they go from relegation to finishing above Liverpool?
Come on, Drift. That's a naive question, bro.
Same way Man United went from 15th to finishing above Liverpool.
So
Same
why
way.
is it crazy for me to believe Liverpool can go from having a shit season to winning the league?
Because winning the
17th
league
in
is
top
different
4
than finishing
is
in the top
fucking-
5.
Is a much more difficult struggle.
hold on.
Because
Sorry,
winning
Drift.
the league is different.
Sorry, hold on. Drift. You literally said, why do we think Tottenham could potentially make inroads this season?
And I was the first person to say you got to pay
No,
attention.
just answer the
I'm not
question,
saying
please.
they can't.
Literally answer the question. Why do we think Tottenham are going to make inroads this season?
Better coach.
Better coach, and because they've done what? They've bought players.
Yeah, no, but mainly the coach. Like I do believe Zerbi is going to be the main thing.
No,
But it
it
can't
has
just be
to
the
be a
coach.
bit of both, surely. Because
Come on, they've signed
Zerbi
Tonali.
with
No, but I still think Zerbi with last team's season would have probably finished like top 8. Like I think if you give the exact same team to Zerbi
I
from
don't
the
know.
beginning,
Maybe.
I think he
top
would have
10,
finished top 8 with that.
Even
But
if you
them
say
signings
hold on,
they've
hold on,
made
man.
have
Even if
transformed
you think
them.
that, Drew,
Yeah,
even if
of
you think
course.
that, even if you think that, then the reason why you can't go, well, Spurs finished 17th last season. How can you say that they could potentially finish top 5? Because they've added players in the same way you and Tom are saying, if we add players, then we could go from 5th to finishing 1st. It's the exact same logic.
No, I'm saying how can they finish above Liverpool? I know they've
never
made
said
some
they
good
would, but
signings, but how can they go from 17th to finishing above Liverpool with 2 new signings and a new manager? But with 2 new signings and a new manager, we don't do enough to keep them behind.
Did you say Spurs 2 new signings?
Yeah, they bought the Tonali and Fernandes, isn't it?
But are you forgetting all the other players they bought?
defenders as well.
They've got more than that, bro.
Who else have they bought?
They bought
Drift,
Robertson.
Van
They bought Senesi. That's the
Van
other
Heck.
two.
Oh yeah, I
Van
forgot about the defenders. Oh yeah.
Yeah. They got like
Yeah, but
5.
like Robertson has a lot of games under his
I mean, I
legs.
don't.
And
think
Senesi
Van
went to the
Heck are
World
amazing
Cup.
anyway, but
And
yeah.
Mateus
think Senesi
Fernandes
will
is
be good for them.
overpriced, and
I
Tonali is
don't rate Van
overrated.
Heck, don't really rate.
So if the window shut tomorrow, there's
Heck.
there's actually a genuine Tottenham would finish above Liverpool.
I don't think so. I don't think they would. I don't
My
think so.
literal words were, it'll be a battle for top 5, in my opinion, and I think we'd battle.
No,
with
but
one
no,
of-
but that's so just pick the 3 teams if you had to put money on it that you think would finish above Liverpool in top 5.
Honestly, at this point, because they'll have 1 game a week, Chelsea and Spurs, I think will finish top 4. As is if the window shut today, I think Chelsea and Spurs finish top 4, and I think we'd battle Man United.
Right.
One game a week's a big thing, especially for coaches like.
No, I know it
Chris
is.
Kirby and
And
Xabi
I'm the
Alonso.
one who said don't sleep on Spurs and Chelsea, so I agree. I'm not even saying you're wrong.
But here's the thing as well.
They're more dangerous, a lot more dangerous.
Literally a month and a half ago, everyone in the fan, well, I won't say everyone, 9 out of 10 Liverpool fans were saying, get Xabi Alonso. Xabi Alonso is the best option. And now he's gone to Chelsea. We're just going to act like he's still not a great manager.
And they've signed Lacroix, and they've signed what's his name?
Alonso was
No, Chelsea a problem, bro. They're a problem.
Alonso was a good manager.
They had an experience issue. They solved it.
I've just went to look back at the league table from last season. Liverpool dropped points in 21
Everywhere. Why would
games.
you go and do that, bro?
No, because I just want to have a look. Liverpool dropped points in 21 games last season. Do I think Liverpool are going to drop points in that many games this season with Iraola? If in this case the squad was as it is now, do I think Liverpool dropped points in 21 games? It was 9 draws and 12 losses. I don't think they dropped points in 21 games.
No.
I don't think
I
we do
agree.
either,
We wouldn't. I agree. Because, I agree
again,
with that.
Tom, but again, present the other side of the argument. Do we think Chelsea will drop as many points?
No,
Chelsea would finish above us if the window shut.
Are you ready for this, Cal? Are you ready for this? Chelsea dropped points in 24 games, so there's only 3 games difference.
No, but this is my point, Tom. So
the man they had Rossignol, bro.
When I'm saying like, I'm all well and good agreeing with you that Liverpool won't drop points in 21 games next season. I'm all well and good agreeing with that. But then speak about Chelsea, speak about Spurs, because I don't expect both of those teams to drop
you can do. You can
and again,
do, Cal.
one game a week as well with the squads that they
both got 1 game a week.
For me, Cal, Tottenham and United can't finish above Liverpool if the window shut tomorrow. I'll give you Chelsea, Arsenal, and Man City. You're obvious. Man U and Tottenham ain't finishing above Liverpool if the window shut tomorrow.
Genuine question, Drift. I'm not trying to gaslight. Can I just ask why? Putting pride aside, can I just ask why?
I don't think that, even though Tottenham have improved and I do think we have to keep an eye on them, I still think we're better.
I agree.
Just generally speaking, I just still think we're better.
Yeah,
and Man United, for me, have got more question marks than we have.
First.
So that's
Man United,
Man United have question marks. However, let's look at what they're doing right now. Andre Santos, Tielemans, and they're looking at signing Manu Kone and Lewis Hall. If they get
if the window shut tomorrow,
they've improved. Okay,
if
fair
the window
enough.
shut tomorrow.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
If the window shut today, yes, because with just these 2 players, then I don't think they can make it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And don't get
then
me wrong,
the bigger
you're right.
issue
Man
would
United
be
have got
Chelsea and Spurs because they play 1 game a week. That would be the bigger issue.
Man United have to be respected, and it could become a project that we look back and go, that was a turning point in their back. Absolutely. But if the window shut tomorrow, Santos and Tielemans isn't enough to make them better than Liverpool, in my opinion.
But it's not just Santos and Tielemans. Like again, respectfully, then Drift, you said how can Spurs go from finishing below us to above us? If we've weakened our squad and Man United have arguably strengthened theirs, how can we then say we're going to finish above them when they've strengthened and we've weakened?
Because they only finished above us because Slot was a clown. It wasn't anything to do with squad quality why they would finish above us.
But our squad, even still, our squad's still weakened and their squad has strengthened, Drift.
Nah, I still think we've got a better squad than Man U. Even losing Ibu and Mo, I still think we've got a better squad than Man U. If you lot disagree, that's fine, but I still think...
I agree. The biggest ceiling raiser, the biggest ceiling raiser in the Premier League is Andoni Iraola joining Liverpool. We had the single worst, least effective style of football for the league last season, which didn't suit any player. And now we brought in a manager who played a style of football that last season got Bournemouth 6th place, was one of the best styles of football, beat the top teams, or certainly if it didn't beat them, it damn well competed with them. And you've brought that into a squad which, for the most part, has played that football for a decade. Whether it's been at Liverpool or elsewhere, that is the biggest ceiling raiser. That's why, yes, if you look at squad quality, that argument makes sense. But I am factoring in just how many points Andoni Iraola's football is going to win us on its own. Because we dropped 15 points last season to teams that finished 14th and below. Andoni Iraola's teams at Liverpool should never be dropping points to teams that finish in the bottom 5 positions in the league. We dropped 3 points to Wolves, 2 points to Burnley, 3 points to Forest, 3 points to Palace, 4 points to Leeds.
And at home as well.
Tom,
we shouldn't be dropping that many points. So my thing is that him coming in with the style of football, with the quality he's got, with the lift it's going to give players within the squad, That is going to be the biggest difference maker you could have.
I absolutely hear you.
I think the biggest difference maker is Train Ione and Kumas. That's I think going to be the two biggest difference makers.
So
I think in DI coming in at centre back, Kumas, Train Ione, Harvey Elliott is gonna have the come out season, and he's gonna literally battle Verts for that starting position. I can't wait for Rio Gomoa to get
everything you're
35
saying,
GA in the league this season. I'm excited for all these.
Everything I hear, everything you're saying, Tom, I hear it. I do hear it, and I'm not even going to sit here and say like I disagree. But again, to present the other side of what you're saying, Iraola at Bournemouth, teams play very different against Bournemouth to how they play against Liverpool. I never really saw teams employ a low block against Bournemouth from minute one and all that. Teams will do that to Liverpool, especially now we have Iraola. So again, what you're saying, the reason we all wanted Iraola is because we saw how well he did at Bournemouth. We all rate him. We all sit here and think he's a bad guy. He's sick. But at the same time, there has to be an adaptation period to go from Bournemouth to Liverpool. Two very different styles of plays that we're going to meet against opposition. So even though in theory what you're saying is that an Iraola team shouldn't be dropping as many points as a slot team, and I agree with that, teams are still going to play very different to what Iraola is used to playing at Rayo Vallecano and Bournemouth, because this is a step up to Liverpool. So what I'm saying is, I can't just say, yes, nailed on, we finished top 5 because of the squad we had when we won the league and because of the manager, because of the other opposition that we'll face, and it is an adaptation period for Iraola. It genuinely is. The reason why we're all high on getting Barcola is because Barcola's been there at the highest level with PSG, so we expect him to come in and hit the ground running because he's been in that pressure chamber already. Whereas if we went and signed someone who hasn't been in that, we'd go, you know, we think they can be good, but just give them a bit of time to step up as well.
So
we have
to be fair to Iraola.
You sign Barcola, we will all be uplifted. You sign a centre back, we'll be uplifted, of course, and we wouldn't have this worries that we have right now. The problem is there's too much that needs to change. There's just so much that needs to change at this club right now, and I'm worried. And if players start leaving this club, then we're in even bigger trouble. So I hope at this week.
Can I just ask you a quick question before I do the supers? Then, if you lot, and I'm not even saying you lot are wrong. Look, what you're saying is right. If Liverpool finish 5th next season and we don't win a trophy, do you lot, hand on heart, do you believe you've got the patience to still believe what you believe now?
As things stand, you mean if we don't sign anyone?
No, regardless of who we sign. I don't forget about what we signed. If we finish,
I'm sorry, it's not regardless because it changes based on transfers.
No, but
if we get everything that we need, I think we can be third place. No, but if we get everything that we need, we should be in third.
All right, so say we finish 3rd, then we get everyone we need, and we do finish 3rd. No trophies though. We didn't even get to a semi-final. Do you believe that you can have the same conviction in your patience at that time, once you've witnessed it, as to what you're having now? Because I don't, and I'm not even. I think everyone's going to be angry and annoyed.
So you're negative in the end.
Sorry, Driv.
I'm saying.
And you're having unrealistic expectations. Then.
No, I'm not talking about me.
That's the problem.
You guys,
Sam, let him land.
Iraola needs time. Iraola this. Iraola that.
That's why I replied.
He hasn't stopped talking. You interrupted him, bro.
No, he stopped talking. He asked a question. So asked a clarifying question.
I hadn't stopped talking, but it's fine.
He did stop talking before. I literally go back. You stop talking and then ask you a question with transfers or without.
You interrupted him. That's why I just said let him land.
Anyway, I forgot what I was saying, but anyway, the point is, I do believe that, and again, I could be absolutely wrong, but I do believe all the people that are saying,
Hassam, you might be too distracted still being on the stage, mate. You might need to go backstage.
You're doing what Hassam just did. Let me land.
What is wrong with you guys? Anyway, I believe that the hindsight of watching it happen is going to change people's opinion on how much patience they have for it. So I'm very intrigued as to everyone who's saying, no, give him time, man. We can't expect this. We can't expect that. Shooting me and Tom down for saying we should be in a title race or whatever. If we do finish 3rd or 4th or 5th or whatever and don't win a trophy, I just have a funny feeling that everyone who's got patience for him now is going to be very annoyed at him when that happens, or if that happens.
Can I ask a question, then, Drift? Based on your question, shall I tell you why I find it difficult to answer? Because I think there's got to be two parts to it. If Iraola goes into the season with the players that he's got right now, this is why I agree with Sam. If he gets 5th with the players we have right now and the squad we have right now, then yeah, it's a mini miracle. I know people are going to go, it's Liverpool, we should always be competing. No, based on the situation, it's a mini miracle if we get 5th. But Drift, I'm going to be real with you. If we go and get a top quality centre back, a top quality right back, a centre midfielder.
Give me the names to make it more visual. Give me the names.
Let's say
Zabani,
we've been linked to Tomori today, you know.
Tomori.
I ain't even joking.
Matt, don't ruin the stream, bro.
But I'm being honest.
I know
that's not lying.
I never said he's lying. I just said don't ruin the stream. I didn't say he was lying. I just said
how am I ruining the stream? How am I ruining the stream, bro?
You just came in here and just farted.
What do you mean I'm begging it? What do you mean I'm begging it? I got begging it. Do you get beaten up? What do you mean I'm begging it, bro? Do you know what I was gonna do? I was gonna message one of you to set that up, you know, but I thought let me
do you know how funny it is? Like Cal sitting here after the 1 hour 44 minutes of what this stream's been and going, oh Matt, don't ruin the stream now. Like it hasn't just been an hour and 44 minutes.
I kind of lined it up without me.
I'll tell you why. I don't mean any shade to anyone in the comment section and all that. I'm fine with having someone have a difference of opinion to me. I just want you to explain your opinion. I don't have a problem with someone having a difference of opinion. But when someone in the comment section goes, you're just negative or you're chatting crap, explain to me why I'm being negative. Explain why I'm chatting crap. Explain why just being copium. Explain why Tom's being too optimistic. Explain what you're saying. That's all, because I enjoyed the conversation between you guys. I thought some points were good, some points were not correct in my opinion. But
I feel the same way when I watch you guys.
And which points were incorrect, Cal? Do you want to tell me which points were incorrect?
I'll message you later, Tom. I'll message you later. So for me, Drift, if we were to get Schlotterbeck, Spence, Kone, Barcola, and Endrick, I'm putting my neck out on the line here. I'm challenging for the league.
Jesus, you went a bit optimistic with those names.
What you say?
I said I'm challenging, but you just asked me what would I want at Liverpool. Those would be what I'd want.
We did that. I'm expecting the title. If we did,
I'm expecting the title challenge.
The title.
But shall I tell you why I said I still can't expect the league? Because if Arsenal go and get Vinicius Junior, if Man City go and get a bad boy, then I've got to be like, oh, okay, this is a game changer here.
Oh, so the Vinny stuff's worrying me a little bit. Did you see?
This is what I'm saying. Like, remember, Drift, I said yesterday, like I can't rule it out.
You know, Marco said they're saying they're not going to improve his thing. It's a take it or leave it deal. And if he doesn't take it, they will shut him.
Exactly.
Fair enough.
So my thing is, if we get those players that I just said there, Drift, then 100% I'm saying, I want a proper league challenge next season. And I don't think we would finish any lower than 3rd. I'd even be confident to say we could finish 2. But
what
as
about
of right
a
now,
more realistic then? Say I said to you, Zabani, Spence, Barcola, and
Zabani, Spence, Barcola.
If it's just those
Jones goes and Kone comes in, just for argument's sake.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Kone, Spence,
Zabani,
Barcola.
Those 4 players, but we lose Jones. I'd say a battle. I'd say a battle for 3rd place.
No, I think we're challenged for the league.
Yeah, I think we're challenged.
We'll probably we might fall short, but I reckon we might challenge.
We'll always disagree on this. I just want a natural right winger in it. That's where we'll always disagree. So even though we'll have more goals in the team,
you didn't see Rio, bro, going off the right already.
That's shame.
Now you're begging it. Now you're begging it.
And again, if we're gonna go by the notion of what Iraola said in the sense of he wants wingers who can play on both sides, and Rio's being coached to do that, then Rio's not going to hit. It's going to take time for Rio to adapt to that. It's going to take time for.
Look at Mane. Look at Mane, bro.
It's going to take him time to adapt to that. So
Mane can do it. Rio can do it, man.
Do you know what I'm hoping? I'm hoping we're all.
I've seen it already, bro. I've seen it.
Said if Mane can do it, Rio can.
No, but it's true though. All right. Is what I'm saying
that's mad high praise. That is mad high.
No.
That might be one of the
wait. That's mad. I'm not talking about Rio.
If Messi can do it, so can Munoz.
No, do you know what? Yeah, if anyone knows what you call a baby goat, it's actually called a kid. Ironically, that's what Rio still is. You just compared the kid to a goat.
No, what I'm saying is
that's crazy work.
Am I factually correct saying Mane switched wings and was an absolute maniac?
At 24 years old, season.
Hear me out. What I'm saying, I'm not saying Rio's gonna do it. I'm just saying it's been done before.
And Mane had already played both sides in his career as well.
Yeah, bro.
And so is Rio. So is Rio. I'm just saying.
Big up Tom.
You do your thing.
I hear it. You just want to be negative. I hear it. You just want to be negative. I hear it. We're gonna bring down the show in that. But no.
Anyway,
no,
I think we can all agree to disagree, which is something that we do here. It's a democracy, so we always agree to disagree. Do you know what I mean? That's the best thing about it. I think. Do you know what I'm waiting for? I'm waiting for the moment when Hassam is happy to admit he's wrong about Trainioni. I can't wait for that part. And I hear the realism of what Hassam's saying. He's not being an idiot when he says how many of these kids don't make it. It is true. 90%, 99% of the kids, whatever it is, they do struggle to make it. What I will say though, Hassam, I believe a lot of the time that's not about their talent. It's about the mistreatment of the club. I think there are some players who are super talented and they get messed about and their confidence goes or they lose their way a bit. Do you know what I mean? Like everybody knows that there's a thin line between how you can make it or not. Look at Rashford, for example, established international. You know, one injury at Man United during that time and he doesn't get that opportunity to play. And we might never have ever seen Rashford. If Klein doesn't get injured, we may never have seen Trent. And it wouldn't have been because they're not talented enough. It would have just been because they weren't given the opportunity. So I don't think it's the talent of the players, Hassam. In fact, is that what you mean? You know, when you're like, these players, because it kind of comes across like you're saying, you don't actually think they're good enough to make it. Whereas I think it's more the opportunity they're given. I don't necessarily think it's about their talent. That was
you do know Trent would have still made it at Liverpool even if Klein wasn't injured. We do know that, right?
I don't know, Cal. Honestly, we don't know because he might not have played enough games to prove it.
Trent would have still made it. It just might have been not on the same timeline, but he would have made it.
It wouldn't have been as quick, maybe.
I'm not saying he wouldn't have. I'm just saying it's not a guarantee that he would have.
We forget how good stand out in the academy and was starting to get games when Klein was here.
Trent's a maniac.
But guys, he would have made it out in the academy. But we're all sitting there saying he might not get through, right?
Yeah, but because he's only Klein only had one person in front of him. Trey's got about 4. It's a big difference.
If Klein never got injured, Trent would have never got minutes.
Yeah, he would have, Drift. He was literally getting minutes before Klein got injured in the 16-17 season. He broke through in the 16-17 season, 17-18.
Like
just
garbage minutes, not minutes with intent. Not like you know what I mean? It was like garbage minutes. What about Rashford then? Do you think Rashford would have made it a Man U if they didn't?
No, I don't think Rashford would have.
Do you get what I mean? And look how he's gone on to be England international.
Rashford, I agree with because that was literally a throw in the deep end at the last minute because of all the injuries. So that one I agree with.
Yeah.
Trent,
that's all I'm saying. That it can be even Sterling. I know he was a talented player, but would he have made it at Liverpool if we'd have had good players where we didn't need to play him? Maybe he might have gone on somewhere else, but I don't know. Would he have got through at Liverpool?
No, he 100 because when we had Coutinho, Sturridge, Suarez. He still played.
No, but that was because we had that. That's what I mean. Like, if we had another winger that was already like a veteran, would we have actually gave him enough minutes to prove himself? I don't know.
Yeah,
I remember a conversation me and Matt had one time, and it was before. But do you remember, Matt? You remember the turning point for Sterling was absolutely that Everton game. Do you remember the conversation we had before that game when we were so worried that we've got to rely on this kid and he's not good enough? And then that Everton game it was like a switch when it was like, oh shit, maybe he is good enough. And then he just kicked on after that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Before that, there was a lot of ifs and buts about whether he was going to. So I don't know. With the kids, I just think it isn't talent a lot of the time when they don't make it. It's the opportunity they were given. That's my opinion. I think Trainioni's got all the talent. Will he be given the opportunity? That for me, that's the part. You know what I mean? So Wilson's a good example. I know it took him a while to get back up, but look how good he was eventually. We didn't give him the opportunity to prove it. Because that player we saw last year would have absolutely been a brilliant squad player at Liverpool, but we never gave him the opportunity and he had to bounce to show it. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah, that's fair.
We'll see.
Hassan, you still there? Because you didn't even answer the question. He's gone.
Oh yeah.
When he comes back, you can ask him.
Yeah. All right, let me get through the supers then, and then we'll big up Trent AA. I would rate our squad a 6 out of 10 and Arsenal's is an 8 out of 10. Like currently, I hear where he's coming from. With FSG as owners, we will never change or win with a process, only by luck. That's the beginning and end of all Liverpool conversation. I don't think it was luck under Klopp. I think it was Klopp being good, but I get what he means. Hassam cooking, licking my fingers, yum, yum. It's a bit of a mad one there, but
It's a bit mad still.
It's a bit early.
mad.
It's a bit early for a yellow card, but
That's a
big
bit
up
mad.
Tadus. Hassam is right. The main reason we won the Prem is Mo, not Slot. I think there was other good players, but I get it. Faraz, big up, man. Says no DM defensive midfielder 8 for another season, but we don't need 1 or even 2 for the most aggressive manager. Grav can't pass, but he can for Iraola.
So I asked the question.
My answer to that would be, because I'm a big believer that Gravenberch can't pass, is that he won't be the one doing the passing if he's playing in that DM role. He would just get the ball back, give it to the midfielder next to him, or play it back to a Virgil or something, and then that player will distribute. I don't, because he's good enough to do the 10, 15-yard pass and just keep the ball moving once he wins it back. He's not abysmal at passing. What it is for me with Grav more than anything is final third. When I'm judging his passing, it's always more final third. He'll make that brilliant run, the dribble, get past people. Then he gets into the final third and he always messes up the pass. So for me, it isn't even deep line passing I'm worried about with Grav. It's the final third passing. I don't know if anyone agrees or disagrees, but that's where I worry about Grav when it comes to passing.
I don't worry about Grav.
Kind of what I've been saying. The fan base has been saying Grav can't pass and tackle. McAllister's got no legs, this, that, and the other. But now Iraola's here. All those things have just massively changed. Like it kind of is inconsistent.
Even Verts,
I
people
can't
are saying
understand. It's very inconsistent.
I hear it. Also goes on for us to say, Sobo can't play pivot. He has poor game reading, weak press resistance, and bottom tier defensive progression metrics. I don't know if that's official or not. I'm going to take his word for it. For a top 8, who does the job then?
I think Sobo is probably our best player to play in the pivot, but I do agree that he needs someone next to him that can do all the other stuff that he's not great at.
Would you lot agree that he's got poor game reading? I don't know if I agree that he's a poor reader of the game. I don't agree. Yeah, I don't agree with that.
No, I just think defensively you can get at him. Don't get me wrong, he'll try hard, but I think he doesn't read the game as good as Maka and Grav from a defensive point of view anyway.
Yeah, that makes sense. But he is a number 10 who's adapting, which makes sense.
He's like a hybrid 8-10 in it. So it's like, I don't know.
Faraz again, big up. Says, does Iraola fix Mac? He's a top 3 midfielder being dribble past. But he was being dribble past even in our successful teams because that's just like him. I don't necessarily think that means that it will be like detrimental. Like we won the league and he was the most dribble past midfielder, and he was still good in that season as well. So I guess it depends.
But we also had Sabozla who was running back and helping Grav and Mac a lot. But they're going to be doing that.
Plus, I think we can all agree if Mac does stay, he is the bench player. If we were all the manager, he'd be the squad player, right? He wouldn't be the first teamer.
Ask Hassam.
Hassam, who would be the midfield 3 if we was to kick off tomorrow? For you,
Soboslai, Gravenberch, and Verts.
Yeah, see, so nobody's picking McAllister in the first 11. Big up Marcel's says Green Ranger, will you finish above Man U this season? Which one of us is agreeing? Oh, is it Matt because of the green?
Trying to say me? So cheeky, you idiot.
We'll finish above them.
We're gonna fight them, but we'll finish above them. We'll fight them, but we'll finish above them.
Ah, shit. You know what? Marcel also had a question for Tom. Shit. Sorry about that, bro. Faraz is back. Big up Faraz. He's had a lot of supers today. Trent carried progression in the title run. Mac lost his legs and lacked press resistance. Oh, sorry. Mac has lost his legs and lacks press resistance. Can Iraola's coaching mask those athletic flaws? I believe so, yeah. Because structure means you do less running. What you do with players who aren't athletic is you give them less running. I don't know if you lot think any different, but so I believe you can cover up the deficiencies by making his role in the team that he isn't doing as much running.
You do your best to hide them. Yeah, you do your best to hide
Flot had him run. Because you know what? I don't worry about Mac over 10 or 15 yards. I worry about Mac over 20, 30 yards. So that little 10 yards he's got, I think he's all right at doing that. You know what I mean? Like that little, It's just if he's got to turn and run into like 15, 20, 30 yards of space in behind, then you're like, oh shit, we're in trouble here. But
do you think he's going to do less? Do you think he's going to do less running? You think he's going to do less running in the Iraola team?
No, I think there'll be less space for him to be exposed. I don't think there'll just be those gaping areas of the field where it's like, you can just run at McAllister, look, because there's all that space around him to just run into. I don't think the structure will be like that.
I actually think they will. I think Kirk has alluded to it when he said the manager is fine with us having more 1v1 duels and all that. That's all over the
probably talking about from like a wide area and stuff, not like just a midfielder being 1-on-1 with a 10. That would be crazy if
I'm not being funny. That's what built a successful Klopp team. All over the pitch, we were winning our 1v1 duels.
No, but it wasn't like the game plan was to be 1-on-1, no.
Brother,
it was more about space. Whoever came into your space, you attacked. Under Klopp, it wasn't man to man. It was whoever is in your space.
Virgil and whoever the centre-back partner was were usually left at the back by themselves to defend 1v1. Literally all the time.
Like, maybe through balls, but not like constant.
It's a 1v1 system effectively we're going to be playing. So you're going to have to still run and run hard.
I don't know. I don't think
it's the only way you employ that aggressive style, because you have to win your duel, which puts you in an advantageous position for the rest of the team. So if you win your duel, you take one of their players out, then you have a numbers advantage. That's how the game works.
But the reason we have a problem with Mac isn't about 1-on-1 duels. It's about always having too much running to do to get, so his athleticism makes him lose out on the battle. I don't think, if we're talking about like two players running towards each other, Mac is tenacious. He can put a foot in, he can win the ball back. His issue is normally if someone skips past him, he can't get back. Am I wrong, or are people judging back? That's my judgment of Mac. But in a 50-50, I believe he can win the ball. I actually think he's, if it's just bang, we're going in for
he's pretty good at it. He's pretty good. Yeah, he's actually good at
he's tenacious. A lot of the time he does end up on the worst end of a 50-50, let's be real.
Because you normally get the first count, someone clatters him. That's what you know what I mean? And we're like, is he all right? Someone just took him out. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm more worried about when he's got to turn and run back. That's my worry for Mac. Do you know what I mean? When he gets caught in them scenarios. But yeah, it'll be interesting, man. We'll see. Kobe says, Man United are not used to Europe with this squad. Yeah, another obviously thing that people are thinking with them having the extra games. Mane got them vibranium blood cells, bro. Relax. Big up Mantis says, big up Drift, Matt and Cal. You would never walk alone. Big up Hassam as well.
Innit?
But no, big up Mantis though. Big Drip, Hassam, speak, man. Don't be grandpa on 4K, bro.
I just don't want to interrupt anyone. I apologize. I just don't want to interrupt.
Are you still in your feelings about that?
Oh, right.
Oh my word! You in your feelings about that?
I don't want to interrupt, guys.
Wow. Okay.
Let me finish then, so it's not an interruption. Big up David. Says, still no Fabinho replacement 8 years later. That is nuts. Yeah, we should have replaced Fabinho. But who is there in this current market? But yeah, no, I'll finish now, Sam. So you're not interrupting, bro.
Yeah, let's all go on mute. Sam, the floor is yours.
No, I don't want to say anything. You guys were just speaking, so
no. All right, guys, cameras off mute. Hassam, the floor is yours.
I have nothing to say.
This is mental.
Come on, lads. Let's end the show with some positivity, man.
Hey, let's end the show with some positive vibes, man.
Come on, man. Let's end the show with positivity, guys. Come on, man. Everyone get back. Everyone get back.
What's going on? What's going on here?
Everyone get back, man. Come on. Positivity, guys. Come on, man. Come on.
What should we end? All right, you know what? Is there any positive news for Liverpool? Let me see. Is there anything positive? Or is it just going to be a thing of...
Am I right in thinking that it used to be Cal and Tom versus Matt and Hassam, right? That used to be the rivalry last season.
It was. On Hassam's show, it was always me and Hassam versus Tom.
I was by myself. There was sometimes that mine and Tom's opinions.
No, Carl made that decision. Carl made that decision when he saw Tom go rogue, innit? And he said, I can't represent you.
Me and Tom, we tag teamed on Raw once. doesn't mean we're a tag team, innit?
Okay.
Vince just said it's a tag team match in the main event. Tom and Cat, well, we're not a
lying.
tag
They
team.
were the Dudley boys. He's lying.
We weren't.
They fully was the Dudley boys.
No, Tom was Spike. He was associated, but we weren't in a tag team.
So I'll ask you. I mean, this might go left, but just 2 minutes on it, and then we'll wrap up. Just to finish on.
Make it positive. Question, bro.
No, yeah. So, from a positive lens, going into the weekend, sometimes we do get a bit of a madness on a Sunday now. Weekends used to be really quiet, but now we do get, every now and again, we get a little Sunday madness in the transfer window. Between now and us doing the Monday night show, do you guys, trying to be as positive as possible, think we are going to get any progression in the Barcola situation or any other kind of positivity around transfers over this weekend? Does anyone trying to be as positive as possible and not just doing the, nah, man, fuck this. Does anybody believe that?
Can I tell you what's going to happen?
Go for it.
We're going to put a bid in for Tomori.
Would that be positive then, Matt? Try and put the positive spin on it.
Brother, I've seen the reports. I don't know why. I'm laughing because I'm scared. It might happen. If we get Tomori, brother, just put the fries in the bag. Now, all jokes aside, let me be real. We'll probably hear reports of the bid's actually there. I mean, I think a lot of French journalists have said it's all been verbally, not like an official bid's gone through. Maybe an official bid might get sent over the weekend, or if not today, and they'll probably the media will catch it on Saturday. So, but yeah, I think maybe Barcola, there might be a little update.
I'm not gonna lie, tomorrow I'm doing my best to that's gonna send me left.
Yeah.
If it was 5 years ago, I totally get it. Now,
get ready, bro.
That's crazy.
Get ready.
That's crazy.
I don't think anything happens over the weekend.
We're wrapping up the show anyway, bro. We're wrapping up the show. All right. So on that note, then, big up everyone. Hope you all had fun. Ain't that wild? Big up. Hassam, can you say we are winning the league?
I can't because I don't believe it and I don't want to interrupt.
I can't believe what's happened here.
People, make sure you go and subscribe to Hassam.
Will be better by Monday, Hassam. Or...
Don't interrupt Drifty, please. He's trying to close out the show.
Right, you're right. Mad that, innit? He had a pause, though. I thought he stopped speaking. Go on, Drift.
This is this rivalry. This is deeper than just this stream, innit? Yeah, there's something going on.
Deeper than rap. It's deeper than rap.
Deeper than rap. Yeah.
Not for me, there isn't.
Oh man, no. Big Hassam, you got your show tonight, right?
Yes, at 11.
So guys, and me and the boys are gonna be speaking after the show's off to do a little bit of scheduling. So make sure you got the notification bell on, guys, and stay tuned to the socials. We'll let you know when we're going live again because we will be live before Monday. So yeah. And that's not because of tomorrow stuff, just because of other stuff. But I'm not going to say that now until we've agreed it all. But yeah, people, big up yourselves. Link in the description. Make sure you get over there. Follow Tom on X. Subscribe to Hassam's channel.
Hold on, Drift. You might have missed Jay Super because I did see it. It was regarding Cal.
There's nothing on my end then, bro. So yeah, there was. Can you find it on your end? There was nothing on my end.
Someone's unstarred it. Bro. That could be anywhere now, bro. All right, if I don't find it in the next 30 seconds.
Do you know what? To make it easier, Jay, put it in the chat. Like as a normal chat, please, bro. And then I'll just bring it up. Obviously, you don't have to see.
Sorry to interrupt, guys, but I have to go. Big up.
Yeah, no, big up.
No, big up, bro. Big up, bro.
Big up.
Big up, bro.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jay,
found it.
You
found it.
Okay, go for it.
So we strengthened last year after winning the league, and we were worse. Transfers don't always equal growth, Callum. Growth is also not linear. Managers raised the floor. Klopp made us better right away with the playing style. Yeah, Kyle's got a bit going on in the background. So, but to answer Jay's question, I understand what he
I
means.
don't know if Cal. Yeah, I don't know if Cal wants to answer it. Obviously.
Yeah, I don't know if you
go on,
answer
man,
or
go on, finish, man.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say I understand. This is the thing. Football's not all. It's not straightforward, is it? You know, like.
Oh no,
we get
Jay, we're
our
winning
signing.
everything. Sorry, no, Jay the activist, we're winning everything. That's how it works, isn't it, Joe? We're winning everything. No, Jay, we're winning everything, bro. We're winning everything.
Oh man,
I'm just matching Jay's energy, innit? Like Jay, Jay, we're winning everything.
We better sign some players.
Jay winning everything, Jay. Everything next season.
It's mad.
What are you saying, Jay? What are you saying, Jay? Foot on the other foot. Shoe on the other foot. I know, right, Joel. Please, man. No. Yeah, no, Jay, we're winning everything, bro.
You know, this season's gonna be so intriguing, man.
This season's gonna be mad. We have to start off well, because if not, it's dark.
The irony of Jay saying this when he's the most sarcastic person in the chat is crazy work.
It is difficult to tell when Jay's being real or not, isn't it? But yeah, Cal, obviously, like outside of Kopish, have you got anything for the Sanderson show today, bro, to let the people know about?
Today, no.
Or over the weekend? Anything over the weekend?
We've got calling show later, and then we've got watch along on Sunday.
Yeah.
So, well, we will see Jacquet, Matt.
We hope.
Well, hopefully, was it 8 o'clock? 8 p.m. kickoff, I think, on Sunday?
I'm not sure what the time is. I'm not sure. But Iraola did say that he will play in the third game.
Yeah, because he mentioned Jacquet, Grav, Verts and Isak, I think. Them four still. We'll see in it.
Man, is saying that UFC's at a decent time this week. How are you doing a watch along?
Yeah, I'm out tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Well, there you have it, people. Make sure you stay tuned. That's what I was going to do. I was going to check the likes because we've had 1,600 in there, 1,200 on YouTube. And please tell me you guys have got us at least to 500 likes. Please, let me check.
500?
At least. I'm saying at least. Bro,
at least 1,000. There was like at one point 1,003, 1,004.
350 guys.
Flipping no.
350. At one point we had 1,300 in the. We've still got 1,100 now. 300. Come on, guys.
Only 300 likes.
What you gotta do is close the live chat, open the live chat back, bang, easy.
Nah, do you know what? I'm gonna be real. We're not going live later on until that goes up to 1,000 likes. We're not going live.
The gauntlet's been put down, chat. The gauntlet's
We're not
been
going
put
live.
down.
That's crazy. Now I'm gonna be toxic. I'm gonna be hella toxic. We ain't going live until them likes go up. But we ain't going live. It's calm. We'll just go live on Sunday. It's calm.
I can't argue with Matt. I can't. Cal, can you argue with him on that? I can't argue with him on that. Chat, if you want us to go live, you gotta get them likes up, man. What's the time frame for it, Matt? An hour, half an hour, 10 minutes? What's the time
Gotta be
frame?
within like the next hour, bro. Has to be.
I hear it.
Nearly 1,600 people and 300, like, bro.
Yes, crazy.
And you know me, chat. I'm not toxic, but I can be. I can be. You need to run up the likes, man. Come on, you lot, man. Run them up.
What's the most toxic you think you could be? Not in real life, in this space here. Like,
in this space.
What we do, like, yeah, what's the most toxic you think you could literally go through and actually not do the show? Do you think that would be like, and then put a tweet out and be like, told you?
Yeah, no, I would. I'll put a tweet out, like, see, after if I set a deadline, and then Mama would just put something like, "Oh, what you thought? You thought I wasn't gonna do it? Yeah, no show, ha, something mad like that.
Something like that. Okay, yeah.
Something mad.
Fairs.
But then you know what happened? I would just see my personal channel just get unsubscribed by a bare man. Big up,
girl. You know, I realized what the most toxic thing is you could do, Matt. Get us a copyright strike on purpose.
Yeah, that's mad toxic. That's mad.
That is hella
That's
toxic,
selfish, bro. That's just mad selfish. if I just went like, oh, you know what? No, I don't care. I'm doing what I want. That's mad toxic and
that's hella toxic, bro. But yeah, no. Have you got anything on Matt 1 for the rest of the day, bro? Hold on. Oh, what? Endrick bump? Nah, come on, man. Don't do that. Please.
Nah, they're trying it. I know they're trying it.
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah.
Just get us 1,000 likes and then we'll talk about Endrick. Now that's me being toxic, yeah? Get us 1,000 likes right now and then we'll start talking about Endrick.
We're up to 425. Come on, guys.
Is that it?
Yeah, get that up, man. Come on, guys. You know, just before we go, let me just put Endrick in the search bar and check if anything has actually been
said.
All
jokes aside, chat, is there actually Endrick news on a real though? Let me see.
Let me check. At the moment, people having their opinion on it, but not an actual like.
Yeah, I don't see an article.
Yeah.
Do
you know our Liverpool transfer room? No, they're not. No. Yeah, the only thing I can see that's definitive is the real people are Endrick will leave Real Madrid. So it's real that he will be leaving. That part isn't rumors. But in terms of him being linked to Liverpool, no, there isn't anything.
Yeah. The Vinny stuff worries me, you know.
It doesn't me, but we'll see.
No, because I think if he doesn't sign, I think he
John's
does
saying terms are agreed with who? Because Roma is where he was meant to be going, wasn't it? Wasn't he meant to be going Roma, Matt? Didn't we hear last night that apparently Endrick's going to Roma?
No. Why people say there's no? I bet people are just saying stuff now, innit? They just want us to stay on the screen, innit? I hear it. You like just want us to. But if
John,
I'm gonna say this now. If Ornstein said nothing, we're just gonna lock the stream. That's me being toxic.
Yeah, it looks like the stream might be getting locked then.
You lot better hope Ornstein said something.
Unless he did it in an article and not on his actual Twitter, because I know sometimes the quote will be from an article, but there isn't anything in regards
from Ornstein, bro. Right? I think that's just people trying to, you tried it, but you got to run up the likes. Let's head out now, bro.
Yeah, let's get out of here. People, it's been a pleasure. Big up to all the super chatters as well. Hope you enjoyed. And make sure you tune in later on and have that notification bell on, guys, because then you'll know when we're going live later on today. We haven't got any time set or anything, but, you know, keep your notifications on. Until then, big up your damn selves. Make sure you check out okjersey.com as well, guys. All brand new stuff. And use that code Kop-Ish so they know you've come through us, guys. Helps with the sponsorship. Don't forget about that. It's been a pleasure. Big up your damn selves. Big up yourself, Matt, as well. And we will catch you on the flip, people. We out of here. Peace.